Yo, what up? What up? Yo, what's going on, Mr. Porter? Hey, man, hit me up, man, so we can set that up what you was telling me about, bro. Hit me up. Shout out to NC Worker, John Henry Toure, Sons of Israel. What's going on? Trying to pull up the what's the name? You don't got the damn video? Oh, here you go. I bet. What's going on with y'all, bro? I bet for sure, man. Appreciate y'all in the building, man. Make sure y'all like the stream, please, as you come in. Please like and share the stream. I was gonna do this later, but why not go ahead and get out of the way now? Shout out to G Dizzle in the building, man. You know it, bro. Saga begins. I got it, man. Let's go ahead and hop into this thing, bro. No, god damn it. I don't want to do that. Shout out to my man Soul Provider in the building, man. No country for old sips. Everybody in the building. Let's get it, man. Yeah, shout out to Corlall. Yeah, let's get it. So hey, man. I don't know if you guys are everyone's aware because shout out to Ramil, man. Appreciate Ramil for this alley-oop. Recently of the traffic stop involving the Army officer here in Virginia, not too far away from where I am. I'm in the 7 cities area for you guys that know I always mess this up, but I'm gonna try it again. So you got Norfolk, Virginia Beach, Chesapeake, Portsmouth, Suffolk, Newport News, and what am I forgetting? Oh, and Hampton. All right, Hampton. That's what it is. I got it right for the first time. I got it right. 7. So that's the 7 cities. Okay. And for you guys that do not know, this is a huge, huge, huge military area. The Norfolk Navy base is the largest Navy base on the planet. Followed by you have NAS Oceana. That's a naval air station in Virginia Beach, Virginia. You also have a supporting one in Dam Neck. I think that's where they do a lot of security training and security forces stuff down there. Intel in Virginia Beach. Come back to Norfolk. You have it's actually in Norfolk and Virginia Beach because it's right on the line. So you have Little Creek base. Little Creek is amphibious base where a lot of they house a lot of the small ships or whatnot, what have you. And that's a joint base with the Army. And then you have Fort Story that's down the street from Little Creek, further down Virginia Beach. You also have right up the way the infamous Langley Air Force Base in Hampton, Virginia. And then just outside of Hampton, it's another base. I can't think of what it is, but it's a whole lot of military stuff going on around here, pretty much. So, yeah, man, and home of some of the realest niggas you ever meet in your life, man. Hey, bro, when they talk, I remember when the Clips had their first thing, and we thought it was funny. We thought it was a joke. I'm from Virginia, but all we used to do was cook. And we just thinking like, what the hell is these niggas talking about? Nah, man, niggas do get it in up here, bro. I told you, bro. Somebody was just remember I told y'all about I think probably 3 months ago. It was a triple shooting and one murder in the 7-Eleven, literally not even a minute down the street from me, like right down the corner from where I live. Unfortunately, again, you guys, and thank you, still greatly appreciate you guys for doing this. Remember the young girl that was shot by the assault rifle, baby Honesty. here. That was last year. So crime here, man, is no joke. All right. You come to Virginia thinking shit sweet and shit soft, nigga. Hey, you gonna be in for a rude awakening. But now to the task. Oh, talk to Doug, man. Doug, one of the 757's finest in here, man. Shout out to Doug in the building, man. 757 alumni, baby. And my man, my VA Primetime VA, if he in here when he come through, man. Shout out to Primetime VA. So, yeah, man, we're gonna get into this clip and we'll talk about it. Let me unshare to make sure that I share the audio. Let me stop the screen. Hold on. Share screen. Make sure I share the audio. Do this right. There we go. Cool. All righty. Fair use, fair use. Shouldn't have to say it, but just in case I do, here we go.
We don't know exactly when Officer Joe Gutierrez was fired, but his termination happened after an internal investigation found that department policy wasn't followed. Now, the other officer involved is still employed with Windsor, Virginia police. Footage from both their body cameras and the personal cell phone of the man intention to pull over, but didn't do so for another minute and 40 seconds, which he later explained was in order to find a well-lit area.
Driver, roll the window down. Put your hands out the window. Turn the vehicle off. Put your hands out the window.
Hearing these different commands while sitting in his car with his seatbelt on, Nazario began recording from his own cell phone and put his hands out the window as ordered. Turns out Officer Daniel Crocker had not seen the temporary license plate taped to the back window of Nazario's brand new Chevrolet Tahoe. And seeing tinted windows and a driver not stopping right away, Crocker decided it was a high-risk traffic stop. But this was never explained to Nazario, who for several minutes continued to ask why he'd been pulled over.
What's going on?
How many occupants are in your vehicle?
It's only myself. Why are your weapons drawn? What's going on?
Get out of the car now!
I'm serving this country and this is how I'm treated?
Yo, what? Guess what? I'm a veteran too. I learned to obey. Get out of the car!
Body camera footage shows Officer Joe Gutierrez, gun drawn, unfastening the Velcro around what may be his taser at this time.
What's going on?
What's going on is you're fixing to ride the lightning, son.
The lawsuit says Nazario thought ride the lightning meant he could be killed.
I'm honestly afraid to get out. Can I
Yeah, you should be. Get out now.
I have not committed any crimes.
You're being stopped for a traffic violation. You're not cooperating at this point right now. You're under arrest for, you're being detained, okay? You're being detained for
For a
obstructing
traffic violation, I do not have to get out the vehicle. You haven't even told me why I'm being stopped.
About 2 to 3 minutes in, Officer Crocker tried to open the driver's door. In his report, he wrote, quote, "When I attempted to unlock and open the driver's door, the driver assaulted myself by striking my hand away and pulled away from Officer Gutierrez's grip." But in his own body camera footage, Nazario is not seen striking anyone. Crocker's report also says that at this point, Gutierrez, quote, "gave several more commands to comply with orders or he would be sprayed with his OC spray, but no such warnings could be heard." Gutierrez just sprayed Nazario, still without either officer having told Nazario what exactly he was pulled over for.
That's f***ed up. That's
the car now.
I don't even want to reach for my seatbelt. Can you?
Take your seatbelt off and get out of the car. You made this way more difficult than it had to be. Get on the ground. Get on the ground.
Please talk to
Get
me
on the
about
ground
what's going
now.
on. Can you please talk to me about what's going on? Why am I being treated like this? Why?
You're not cooperating. Get on the ground. Lay down, you're going to get tased.
The officers handcuffed Nazario, then stood him back up. He told them his dog was in the back seat and was choking from the pepper spray. Medics arrived and the conversation mellowed.
What would have been a 2-minute traffic stop turned into all this?
Nazario explained why he didn't immediately pull over.
I was pulling over to a well-lit area for my safety and yours. I have respect for law enforcement.
But Gutierrez said that wasn't the problem.
The president and what the media is spewing with the race relations between minorities and law enforcement, I get it, okay? So like I told you, as far as you not stopping and because you're uncomfortable and you want a well-lit spot, because that happens all the time. It happens to me a lot. And it's I would say 80% of the time, not always, 80% of the time, it's a minority.
And while the officers couldn't understand why Nazario didn't get out of the car as instructed,
I went to comply.
Nazario said he didn't know why he was being stopped.
I've never looked out the window and saw a gun blazing immediately.
Gutierrez eventually told Nazario that he had a conversation with the chief of police and was giving him the option to let this all go.
There's no need getting this on your record. I don't want it on your record. However, it's entirely up to you. If you want to fight it and argue, I mean, and I don't mean that disrespectfully, okay? I mean, you have that right as a citizen. If that's what you want, we'll charge you. It doesn't change my life one way or the way.
You just heard.
And there we have it. All right. Yeah, that's a big reason as to why he was fired. That's a huge reason. Again, this goes to, you know, all of the pieces of shit, broke ass, no career having ass, pro-black motherfuckers that talk shit about people in the military, serving for the white man, all this shit, whatnot, what have you. Not only does that uniform pay you, that uniform saves you. I'll say it again. To you motherfuckers that don't have any type of career, any type of skill, any type of, you know, value to like society really, other than talking shit on the internet and, you know, lying about what people in the military make when you don't even make anything yourself. This is why it's not a bad idea for you to join the military, especially if you are a young black man that has really no plans or direction, no skills, and you're out here, you know, barely making it or gambling with your life in possibly illegal means. The military, bro, is the ultimate come up. So before I get into the benefits of, and this is not to really turn this into a promo, but as usual, Fantastic was right, so I told you so. This is a perfect example of what this military uniform can do for you. Now, should the lieutenant, who's an officer, they didn't say what kind of lieutenant he was, so he could be an 01 or he could be 02. Complied, it could have went totally different. But at the same time, I understand as to why he didn't get out of the vehicle, because you had two different people with guns drawn, giving you, you know what I'm saying, two different sets of orders. So in that position, I'm with him. I'm cool all day with him not complying, whether he was white, black, Asian, Hispanic, or whatever. If the fucking cops are going to immediately hop out of the fucking vehicle, and again, they stated it was their mistake. They pulled him over for not having tags, which he did have the tags. It was just the fact of the matter that the window tint didn't make it easily visible. But again, as a cop, what is your job to do? Investigate, right? Investigate. You know that bright ass fucking thing they always use and purposely shine in the in your mirror to try and blind you so you can't see what the fuck they're doing. He could have took that same spotlight and put it on the fucking back of the you know, the rear window and seen the what's the name, man? Shout out to Zero. He could have took that same spotlight and used it to investigate to see what he needed. And according to the lieutenant, the officer, he was doing the responsible and safe thing for both parties. Why stop on a, you know, dark street, whatnot, what have you, put your and the police officer's life at risk when you could just drive a little further to a well-lit area, everybody go to the thing and, you know, do what you got to do, whatnot, what have you. This man about to get paid, y'all. All right? He's about to get a nice little settlement from the city of Windsor. I don't know where the hell that is. They say it's a little bit outside of Norfolk, so I don't know exactly where it is. I was trying to look it up, but I don't know. But he's going to get a nice little settlement on behalf of the city. Because you had one officer that wanted to be, you know, this raging asshole and you know, assert his authority over this man. And on top of being active duty, he was actually in uniform during this traffic stop. I tell you, and I say it again, just like I said on Ramil, shout out to Ramil. Had this man not been in uniform, he would have been tased. I promise you, at the very least. He definitely would have been tased. And it's aggressive and it's rambunctious, outrageous, unprofessional, and everything else as this the cop was. And again, this is my opinion. I mean, this is what he was. You could see it. And obviously the city of Windsor thought that's what he was too, because he's been fired. He had the fucking wherewithal to understand, I done fucked up. I can keep doing this motherfucking Macho Bravo shit, but at the same time, I need to de-escalate even though I already fucked up. Because if I tase this man, this right here is going to look a whole lot worse while he's in his uniform. The last thing any police officer wants to be, no matter where he is in this country, no matter how racist he is or whatnot, what have you, is to be the person that shot and killed an active duty service member in uniform over something as simple as a traffic stop. The last thing you want to be. Last thing. Alton Black Graham, brother, you're misinterpreting that. It was a felony traffic stop. They're not saying that he was a felon. They turned it into a high-risk felony traffic stop due to his actions. He was not a felon. You're misinterpreting that. Calm down, brother. Calm down. Now, let's get back to, as I keep telling y'all, man, shout out to my man, Benjamin D'Souza, man. Shout out to him, bro. Shout out to him. The brother hit me up a while back and he told me, you know, due to a lot of conversations I started out with here talking about the military and whatnot, he said he went ahead and joined the Army, man. And brother's doing great things, man. I still got to set up some time with him so we can have this conversation and, you know, let's just tell it about his experience. But this is what I told y'all, man. Again, I'm in this to help black men. Not just get on here and talk shit. Not just get on here and piss people off, even though I'm an expert at it and all these great things. But, you know, there's a wealth of knowledge that I have through experience and the time I've served in the United States military from a lot of different areas, man. From my actual technical skills and ability and knowledge to leadership skills and all these different things, interracial relations and the understanding of, you know, the white man y'all always talking about, a lot of different things. And I never would have learned these things had I not joined the military. Again, the military is just like any other job. It's going to have its good days and its bad days. It's not going to be perfect, but it's going to give you opportunities both during and after your employment with them that you will never, ever have, or to be a whole lot more difficult for you to get as a civilian. Okay. I told you, I've literally took a trip 3/4 of the way around. I'd be more, I guess it would be more like 7/8 the way around the world. Okay. All right. Almost circumnavigated the globe. I've got my golden shell back. I've been on 2 continents. I've taken 2 trips to Hawaii for absolutely free. One day was for like 30. I had like a 20-some-odd day vacation in Hawaii, like my first year in the Navy. First real year at my command in the Navy. And then I hit Hawaii again, both times on my birthday, ironically. And you guys know how much that flight is, okay? What else? I've been to England. I got my my fake gold chain is fake. They don't worry about getting them real gold chains while you in Dubai. All right. get the fake ones. But I got my fake gold chain, in Dubai. Never ever buy gold in the States, people. All right. If you know anybody in the motherfucking army or in the Navy or somebody that's over there, bruh, shoot them the money and have them mail you the shit. Bruh, once you see what you can get for 20, 22, 24 karat gold, the amount of money you pay for the real motherfucking shit versus what you paying for 10 karat and 14 karat, you can barely find 18 karat gold over here. Man, you will punch everybody in K in the face. You return K in the car. Nigga, you turn K ass in the car, nigga. You'll go in that motherfucker and slap every fucking necklace off the goddamn, like just off the display and shit. But hold on, let me get into these super chats, man. Shout out to the Deceit 2008, brother. Appreciate you for the 5. Multiple officers shouting and playing Simon Says with your life. Yep, put your hands up. Don't touch nothing. Take your seatbelt off. Too late. Shots fired. Exactly. Yeah, man. And he did do the right thing. He was like, hey, man, you do it. You take this shit off. You do whatever the fuck. I'm not at this point. I'm not resisting. Nigga, I'm blind. I can't see shit. I can barely breathe. Motherfucker. Hey, man, you do this shit. I ain't reaching for a damn thing. But it's the back there still got the motherfucking gun drawn. And what happened was the young dude in the back understand that he had fucked up to the point of where he withdrew his weapon. All right. Or he reholstered. He reholstered his weapon because he's like, oh shit, man, I done fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Indigenous TV for the 10. Black people need to read the Constitution and state laws. Not knowing your rights puts you at a disadvantage. We also need real police reform. There's no trust between two sides, priests, brothers. Yeah, man. And again, listen, man. I don't think y'all understand, man. Like, people like to paint it as one thing or whatnot, what have you. Yeah, shout out to brother Johnny Lee Cochran. Shout out to brother Benjamin D'Souza. And the shit I say, man, but it's just like, man, I'm really looking at this shit from the thing. Police aren't perfect, bro. I know this. And my solution to this would really literally be put fucking the police under the same standards, escalation standards that the military had to follow. I don't know if you guys have ever been. If you go on a military base, you have to show your ID in order to be granted access by the security force, whatever it may be, Navy, Army, whoever, whatnot, what have you. And that's armed security force. During their training, there's certain things they have to do. They can't just pull their guns out and shoot, even if you rush the gate, man. If you get through the gate or whatnot, what have you, they have barriers and shit up there that they're supposed to motherfucking pop. That's going to stop anything up to a fucking 18-wheeler even. Hydraulic fucking steel fucking stops. It's like, they put them shits up, bro, you're done. It's over with. They can't just pull their guns out and just go guns a-blazing. If they did do that and you die, what happens? Leavenworth, nigga. Leavenworth, all right? With an F. You don't want to see that shit. If you put the police departments under the same escalation standards as the military, as to where, hey, you have to do this. And literally, we saw it here. Shout out to all my military. Shout out to all my military and ex-military. Shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to my vets, man. Shout out to my vets. We got G-Zills in the building. Ponton B in the building. I guess Son of Israel is too, man. Shout out to all my vets. Put a one in the chat, man. New, most definitely. Shout out to motherfucking New in the building, man. Shout out to New in the building, man. All my vets put a one in the chat. Again, man, it's a unique experience too, man. People complain about, and this is the I'm sidetracked now. But fuck it, I'll find my way back. Listen, man. Another great thing about the military is this: the military is like college life, but you're getting paid, especially like during A school and your training, right? P-Cola was the shit, nigga. Pensacola, man, you couldn't tell me, nigga. It wasn't a frat party or none of that shit that had shit on motherfuckers. I mean, on the weekends in Pensacola in the early 2000s. Telling you, no, I don't give a damn what frat party you're talking about. Bro, niggas would buy whole hotels to be nothing but Navy motherfuckers. Drunk, bitches, crazy shit, people getting locked up. You name it, bro, it's there. And on top of that, like I said, nigga, we was getting paid. All right? Go through school for the way and do it all again the next weekend. But the experience you get, man, and you know, to learn all the cultures and different things and whatnot, you know, age groups, experiences, all these different things, bro. You just can't beat it. And then once you actually get to your job and you're working in whatever your trade may be, you know, that in itself, the same thing we talk about here all the time, you know, the blue collar or white collar skills you get from working in these fields. And then you come to learn that, you know, the civilian equivalent of what you're getting paid is much, much more, especially because you don't have rank, because you're just now starting out. And the overseas shit, bro, is, nigga, it's beautiful. Shout out to Project Pat. The life we live in. Oh, so beautiful. Nigga, bruh, I have not seen a person. I know people that got kicked out for whatever reasons. Bro, they hit that motherfucking overseas shit, bro. Again, bro. And like I said, to any nigga talking shit to me about my bag, I have not forgot about it. And I will be coming to see you. Okay? Don't ever challenge a motherfucking a competitor, bro. Don't do it. I'm losing money because of the military, bro. You feel me? But I'm too far in to just give it up to go get the other bag when I can just, again, finish this out, get a free bag every year. And then on top of that, I got an even bigger bag for what I've already been doing. My plan is to be retired by 50, fully retired. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Little Rock 2517 in the building, man. But the opportunities you have, bro, are endless. Shout out to MOT. You know what I'm saying? And then you can diversify different things. You can actually be working your skill and then at the same time get into the whole contract thing or whatnot, what have you, from the military aspect, set your business up and get money that way too. So it's so many things and opportunities you have, man. But again, you get these I don't even want to say knuckleheads, just these dumbass niggas that have all these negative things to say about the military when they don't know shit about it. Bro, if you're 30 plus years old, bro, I think the cutoff for the Navy is like 34, 35. And you don't have a trade skill, you don't have a career, you just working a job, and you talking shit to me, kill yourself. Well, no, I take it back. No. Don't inflict personal harm on yourself to where you expire. Just take your head and find the nearest steel wall and hit it until you lose consciousness. How about that? We're now on the same level, bro. It's nothing that you can talk to me about. It's just not. You can make jokes. You can talk shit about the money I make and all this other or whatever. But bro, we're not the same, bro. We're not. And again, like I said, I'm losing money doing this right now. There's people I know that did the same job I did. They got out, I don't know how many years ago. These motherfuckers is damn near millionaires, bro. And that's not even for a full year's work. Tax-free money. Tax-free money. Not gonna find that in the States, baby. Can't do it. But to this point about the uniform, man. The way that one of the big ways and reasons that they had to accept the black man into American society was military service. We all know, we always said Black man has served in every conflict as far as back to the Civil War, and even further than that. Actually, the original war that established the country itself. Okay, for us to get our independence and freedom. So when I see and shout out to my late great uncle, man, my great uncle, the late great Reverend John Wilburn, who just passed within the last 2 weeks. Unfortunately, but he was a Navy vet, and that was one of the major reasons I joined and stayed in. That influence from him. I think his dad and his dad, so it would have been my great great grandfather, were all in the military. And when I see black men denigrate other black men over again, at the very least, this is a job, occupation. All right? It's the way you eat, the way you feed your family, the way you take care of those that you're responsible for. And I see dudes get more flack and get more disrespect for, serving their country than, the quote unquote Pookie and Ray Ray that's selling dope on the street. Or the P's, the pimp that's pimping hoes and, I got hoes on the stroll and on the blade, nigga. This is just how I know, man. It's just like it's something different with our mentality and understanding of manhood and success. When you know what I mean, like me, embarrass the fuck out of lame ass, broke ass, dumb ass, failure ass niggas like that. Because that's what you are. There's no retirement plan for the pimp. There's no retirement plan for the drug dealer. You don't get no benefits, nigga. No one cares. Niggas say stupid, crazy shit like, yeah, man, they got a flag waiting for you, nigga. They gonna kill your ass and this, that, and the other and wrap up a flag and that's all you worth. Well, no, sir. Actually, you're worth, if you do the, the Keiko classes and stuff like that and they teach you and shit, you're literally worth like $1 million. Because you get the, I think is what, $450 or whatnot for the SGLI, right? But before that, there's more things they have to give to your family. And then all other types of benefits and things and whatnot, what have you. So at the very least, I'm worth more than you. Dead or alive. Wanted, dead or alive. Dead or alive. Dead or alive. I'd be laughing, man. But like I said, due to and shout out to the brothers that said this on the panel, due to the lack of respect for authority, male leadership, and any type of order and hierarchy, ranking systems. That's why niggas hate the military. That's why they had no respect for it. Because again, you're not used to a man telling you what to do. You're not used to just shutting the fuck up and doing something you don't want to do for the sake of motherfucking doing it because you got to do it. Which, if you're smart, there are ways to work around that, man. I told y'all. Like I told you about the thing where they wanted to go sweep the flight line. I want this flight line swept. And he's like, man, what? Sweep the flight line? You're like, yeah, sweep it. All right, call the street sweeper, nigga. And the fucking shit is the idea is so great and efficient and everything else. Now, if he reverses and says, well, I don't want you to do it that way. I want you to do it the way I told you. Well, there's several ways that's going to look on them. And then they're in the same position this police officer was. And now you're just being a dick and you're trying to do some shit as to where a person could claim this is, hazing or, unlawful orders, a lot of different things. But you got to be a smart motherfucker to, figure stuff out like that and, carry it out. Shout out to Little Rock 2517. why do people talk down on something they have no idea about? Hey, man, again, Little Rock, that's what it is, man. You know, people fear what they don't understand. Shout out to Sister Joyce. Oh, man, you was in deck? Wow. Oh, girl. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. You was on the Underground Railroad out this bitch. Woo! Deck, what, bruh? Shout out to all the deck Siemens and the undeads motherfuckers, man. Y'all crazy. But ultimately, man, listen, you have a son, a little homie, a nephew, a mentee, somebody you care about, man, and they don't have anything going for themselves, I would still tell them, especially now that I know what I know, and the brothers that are in this space, and just even outside of this, you have connections to, man, there's no reason for you to even really retire. In my opinion, you're losing money if you go the long route in the military nowadays, especially if you're going to get any type of STEM intensive, actual hands-on certification or training. Bro, you get IT training in the Navy, Air Force, and Army. And on top of it, like I said, you're capable of getting a top secret clearance with that, depending on, you know, just how far you go into it or what branch of the IT community you're working in. You know, all these different things. And you could capitalize on that within, like I said, just a one-time enlistment, get out immediately, go start doing them overseas contracts. And bro, you literally you're pulling in $100K for not even 12 months of work. Not to mention, like I said, you know what I'm saying, you mess your knee up or whatever it is, you get you a little disability check on top of that for the time you serve. Not to mention, you also have your post 9/11 Montgomery GI Bill. So the time where you're out of school, the time where you're not working overseas, you can come back and go to school, sit down in only one time actual one seat class, take a full course, at your pace, and then you're getting paid residual income to go to college, to get more degrees, more certifications, all these different things, while you're again making $100K tax-free for like 6 months of work, 6 to 9 months of work. You can't motherfucking stay over there for a year, nigga. Not even if you wanted to. You can't. I was 19. I was 19 when I joined, bro. So, again, man, to anybody that's considering it, this right here is the ultimate unintentional military service commercial ever. All right? In my opinion, my humble opinion, this man had his life saved because he was active duty military uniform. Had he not been, it would have went a whole lot worse. It wouldn't have been no calming down, no none of that. They would have scrubbed his ass the fuck up, beat him up. This wouldn't even make the news. But being the fact that he was in that uniform, they had to fucking play it the way they played it. And it's going to be taken to the utmost seriousness and into consideration due to the optics behind it. Now, am I saying, nigga, keep your uniform on 24/7 and go speeding? No. No, that's not what I'm saying, okay? I'm not saying that. That's not what I'm saying. Don't motherfucking hop in your uniform and go be in Speed Racer, goddammit, all right? Because just as sure as, you know what I mean, shit look bad. I definitely seen some motherfuckers get locked up in that same uniform. And that shit stick. All right? Shout out to motherfucking Lil Rock 2517. Listen, man, a brother in here that got, brother right here, wealth of knowledge. And Lil Rock, you retired, right? Did you retire, Lil Rock? Did you retire? Let me know if you retired, Lil Rock. Again, man, like I said, these cats, yeah, JT, sorry, brother. JT, you're a little outside of the what's the name? Hey, shout out to 20. Hey, listen, man. That's why I laugh at you niggas. Hey, I want to be like this guy when I grow up. This is a guy I want to be like when I grow up. With that 100% disabled, you never have to pay property taxes. You don't have to pay property taxes on one at least one property. That's tax free. All the money you get is tax free money. You get extra veterans preference on other things and whatnot, what have you, because you're disabled veteran, and your children get to go to school for free if you get that 100% disabled veteran. What's the name? So again, man, like I said, the next time y'all see some nobody ass, broke ass, no skill having ass, failure ass nigga that's never had a career in his life talk any shit about somebody in the military, especially somebody in the military that's retired or close to retiring, bro, just laugh at them and let them be. All right? Laugh at them, let them be, man. Because all it's showing is they're jealous and envious because they know they're in a position, you're in a position they'll never ever be in. You know? There you go. Telling you. Shout out to Shaka Nulu. That's another thing too, man. Listen, again, telling you, man. That's the life, baby. Shout out to Son of Israel. And then that too, as you go along, it can progress in all these different things. See, and I'm telling you, man, listen, that's why I be telling y'all, I ain't gonna beg you niggas, though. I'm not gonna beg you niggas. I'm not gonna beg you niggas to get in on this military shit if you don't want to, or whatnot, what have you, because, hey, oh, shit ain't gonna be no good because I added a thing on there. Hold on. Let me scratch that last one. Oh, shit. Did I highlight that? Oh, shit. I'm glad I skipped that one. Let me go back. I didn't see that, but that was some bullshit anyway. So Dark Ninja, appreciate you, Dark Ninja, for the 199. You can come up if you want to, and you know, get slaughtered as usual. Yeah. Almost definitely, Little Rock. I'll hit you up, bro. I gotta erase this one because it's messed up. Let me erase that. There we go. This one's good. I'm 28. No. Trey Waters. Hell no, brother. It's not too late. It's not too late for you to join the military, man. No. And this is what I say. I think a lot of brothers, man, are contentious. And most importantly, this is what I wanted to make. Listen, man. Listen. Again, anybody that's been in here can and will tell you. The best thing about this military shit, bro, is I've never missed a paycheck. You hear me? Never. I've never missed a paycheck. 17 years of working. First and the 15th. Every time. On time. 33 days off a year. Paid. Ain't got to pay none for motherfucking health insurance. For my family. Dental is a little different. You don't really start seeing the good effects of the military full force until you have a family. But even still, just the money you make and save, bro, it's more than worth it.
Hey, what's up, man? Thank you for having me on, man. Salute to you, man. Thank you for your service, first and foremost, as a fellow vet.
Oh, thank you, brother. Same to you. Thank you, brother. Go ahead. It's on you.
Yeah, man. So this is my first time on the platform, man. I just wanted to, show you some love, you know what I'm saying? And I really like the topic that you're doing, bro. Shout out to that fellow service member, what they had to deal with. Yes, he was being entitled, but he's an officer. Officers entitled. Let's be honest. You know what I'm saying? That just comes with the territory. You know what I'm saying? But because it's all political on the officer level, right? So as an enlisted, I'm an E5, right? I'm an NCO. So I can definitely tell it's a different kind of sentimentality on the NCO level. That being said, man, I don't think anybody as a standard should be treated like that, regardless if you serve or not. Granted, I know cops have a good job. We have military cops, security forces, you know what I'm saying? That's the Air Force equivalent. Army's got MPs. I don't know what the Navy has, but every service has like their military law enforcement. You know what I mean? And those are honestly the chillest people I've ever met on a law enforcement thing. Like, they're super chill for the most part. You know what I'm saying? As long as you got your uniform, you ain't doing drugs, they ain't got no problems with you, right?
Yep.
So, that being said, from the standards and procedures that we do overseas, even in combat, there's more de-escalation on the behalf of the military, right, against even terrorists, right, or foreign enemies or domestic, right. There's more restraint I've seen in those situations because my actual job, right, in the Air Force is cyber support, and in particular my career field is we do Freedom of Information Act. So when Air Force goes around, we blow shit up, we do drone strikes and stuff like that. Pardon my French, but or there's suicides, rape on bases, domestic violence incidences, contracting issues, you know what I'm saying, contracting scandals that get put on the news. My office directly involved in finding those documents. So I've seen, dude, and I deal with also medical records and stuff, mental health records, bro. I've seen stuff, bro, you wouldn't believe, bro. I honestly, I kind of regret kind of getting this career field because it changes your view on human beings, man. When you know about people, when you know the stuff that other people can do to people, like, it's disgusting, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So especially child molesters, bro.
Message traffic is hell, bro. Is that, bro? You know how many child molesting dudes I done ran by after the fact, bro. I knew I worked with them, bro. Stuff came out.
Don't even get started on that, bro.
Yeah, man. Facts. Yeah, bro.
Yeah, man. So that being said, bro, like, you know, all the brothers in the service, you know what I'm saying? Salute you, man. We don't get a lot of love in our own community by the so-called pro-blacks, especially.
Hey, most definitely, brother.
You know, exactly. And you know what? When I joined, bro, see, I used to, believe it or not, bro, I used to play music. I used to do punk rock and hip-hop and stuff. So a lot of people, they switched sides on me when I joined the military. I live in California. I'm stationed in California, right? I ain't gonna say which base. I ain't trying to get doxxed.
Yeah, exactly.
But anyway, yeah. Freaking out. I was out here, and literally when I was first out here, people thought I was in the military. They literally overnight changed how they behave towards me. Like, I would go on a date, or I would go out to, you know, when I did drink, I would go out to a bar and talk to a girl. We would be vibing and stuff. She found out I was in the military, especially if it was like one of these liberals out here. She literally like turned around. I was like, well, what's up? I would text him in a text and be like, you're a baby killer. You do this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? Wow. And there's actually. And I'm a Muslim too, which is actually kind of funny. So other brothers in the Middle East, right? They actually vibe with me. They're like, see me pictures in the uniform. They're like, oh, mashallah, brother. And these are actually a lot of the people that were going downrange against. You know what I'm saying? That you would think that these people from these countries wouldn't vibe with you, but they vibe with me more than even so-called people from my own community, bro. And that hurts just because I have a uniform on. Especially when the George Floyd thing happened, they're like, you're a sellout, you're a coon, you're gonna kill your own people, and this, that, and the third. I'm like, man, that's some craziness, bro.
Hey man, listen, bro. Leave the fucking idiots to themselves, brother. The best thing I learned about this is, man, you have unique experience and just a mindset and skill set that most of these people would never ever understand. And most importantly, brother, leadership. That, you know what I mean? That black people, especially black women, more so than anything, or have a problem and issues with male leadership. That's where the black man gets his hate in the testament from another black man leading. He gets it from the black woman. So whenever they see a man in military uniform, it's literally triggering instantly because it's and you know, not like you said, everybody in uniform ain't good people, man. That uniform number 8, it's a whole bunch of pieces of shit out here in the motherfucking uniform, man. Some of the most detestable, diabolical motherfuckers ever. But that's not just black. That's black, white, Hispanic, Asian, and whatnot, what have you. Okay. But yeah, man. So again, man, you see somebody like that, bro, they just doing you a favor. Know where to put them, and if it ever breaks down as to where some shit happened over here, bitch, you who I'm not shooting for you. You figure it out. God damn it.
bro, I kid you not. Here's the craziest story, my brother, and I'm gonna pass on the son of Israel, my man, son of Israel. You know what I'm saying? Shalom to my brother. You know, because I don't want to get long-winded like my boy Edward Anderson. You know what I'm saying? Shout out. But you know what I'm saying? Like, here's the craziest thing that I've had with these females out here, bro. So this chick, I was vibing with her. I literally saw a black sister. I was on a date with another chick, but we was in an open relationship at the time, right? This is when I was wilding, bro. I was running through them when I first got here, bro. So anyway, I was on a date with another chick. I saw this black female. She had a good body. You know what I'm saying? She had her natural hair. And I don't like that weave or anything like that, bro. I like my woman natural, right? So I was vibing with that. I was like, oh, sister, your hair looks good. You know what I'm saying? And this is where I was more on the pro-black side, I guess you could say, about the definition, right? And so we chopped it up, whoop-de-whoop. I got her number, right? So we call and text, and just for the way I talk, right? She was like, "Oh, you talk like you white girls and stuff." Granted, I like pussy, so it doesn't matter as long as it's a pig, a nigga will think. That's what I said. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, oh, okay, whatever. I'll brush that aside. You know what I'm saying? And granted, so she was like, oh, no places were open. So I was like, oh, hey, you can come up to the base. You know what I'm saying? I'll pick you up at the gate. You come over to my dorm because I was living on the dorms on the barracks. Some people call it the barracks, right? Like, when you can come over, you know what I'm saying? We can kick it, right? We brought over a ticket, and I kid you not, this girl had the audacity to bring a bag of weed in my barracks, bro.
God damn, bitch.
Literally, and I was using the bathroom, and I smelled something funny, and I was like, I know this bitch did not light a blunt in my motherfucking room.
This bitch done lost her mind, man.
Yeah, bro. I was like, put that shit up. I was just like, because, I don't want her to wild it out, you know what I'm saying, and cause a commotion because it's a barracks, the walls are small.
Yeah, exactly.
And I don't want people to snitch me out. I was like, hey, let's go get something to eat. I took her to the gate, dropped her ass off.
Yeah, Uncle Phil. I would have Uncle Phil that bitch right about the room, bro. She would have been on her own. She absconded her way onto the base. I don't know, bitch. I would have Uncle Phil that bitch right out my room and let her know, hey, you bang on this door, bitch, I'm calling the police, and I'm gonna tell them you got weed on you. So yeah, don't do it. But yeah, man, it's crazy. Hey, shout out to January, man. Yeah, man. These other groups do that. Get the military training and then take it back to whatever this crazy shit they do for illegal purposes or whatnot, what have you. Also, shout out to New for that too, man. Listen, bro, it's so much shit that you have and you just take it for granted, over time, right? Bro, you go to these tax-free zones, bro, and this hazardous duty, bro. Then you didn't even pay taxes. And that's another big thing too, man. So like, nigga, I loved it. Like, I'm finna do it again because I'm deployed in December. So basically what happens is you go to these hazard duty zones, and however long that you're there, all the money you make is tax-free. So tax-free money, what do you not do? You don't report that tax-free money on your, it doesn't count towards the money you made. So when you file taxes that year, you're literally on some poor man shit as to where furthermore. So, okay. So my bad. So I'm gonna retrace and give y'all a military pay training again for like the 37th time. All right. So you get paid whatever your base pay is. And then on top of your base pay, you get your not allotments, but your fucking what is it? Your BAH and all the extra shit. All right. BAH, BAS, all that stuff is non-taxable money. All right. So the only thing you're getting taxed at is at your base pay level. So it's even a benefit for me from the tax situation, because out of my money, 25,000 is like a third. So 33% of my money is already tax-free, and I'm only getting taxed at, the 2/3 of what I make. Then, like I said, if I turn around and I go to a hazardous duty area, that's going to knock my pay down, because all the money I make while I'm in that tax-free area doesn't count towards my base pay because it's tax-free money. And now I'm literally like on some poverty shit, and my tax returns going to be big as fuck, because that year is saying I only made, the lesser amount of money. Plus the money I actually made for myself is tax-free. And then they're going to give me a bigger tax return that following year. So shout out to New for that. And then you get family separation, $250 every month extra anytime you're away from your family or your dependents more than 28 days, I think it is. So on the 29th day, you're eligible for family sep pay. So yeah, man, it's just so many things and opportunities you have with the military from a money, what's the name? Shout out to the son of Israel, brother. It's on you. Go ahead.
Hey, can you hear me all right?
Yep, loud and clear.
Awesome. Hey, shout out to you, fantastic. Shout out to Zaki over here, man. I'm glad to be on the panel with you guys. Glad you started this up. I want to talk on a little bit of a different standpoint with this, because I did 6 years Air Force, got out right when the pandemic and everything started. Everything was good for me because I made sure I saved a good chunk of change in the military. and that ended up going really well for me. And one thing I realized is that when I came in, I thought I was kind of coming in on some, I want to kind of come in to, be on some, I'm here to save the country and, serve and do all of that. But let's just get to the real. Most people get into there because they see benefits, they see a way out, they see a way to propel yourself from having practically no money when you're a child or when you're a young adult to now being in the middle class. And I want to come at brothers to look at it more like that, because we want to look at it in a way like, we don't want to, because that's what brothers come and say. They say, oh, you go in and giving your stuff to the white man, and you go in and you working for them now, you in a contract with them, you can't get out of it. But you're not understanding, especially in this time now. I'm a young brother too, I'm 26. In this time now, you want to get capital basically as soon as you can. And so going in is a good way to get your capital up and suddenly get you to a point where you can get whatever you need, as far as like being able to trade for, like right now, crypto being booming, stocks being booming. You want to have something guaranteed to come in so that you can be able to get yourself into that. And so far, I haven't seen anything else, any other job that's really been the quickest in getting into this, while also giving you the benefits to go and do other things. And I think brothers need to look at it like that, like, hey, okay, it ain't all about, I'm basically a slave to them, this contract. I know it basically does say they basically own you for the time, you going where they tell you to go and all. But for 6 years of that, or 4 years, because you could just do 4 years of that, and then bam, you could go out. Even I've heard talk of where, when it came to like, say like disability benefits, I've heard talk of people going in, they went through like basic training, they got through basic training, but shortly, because of, I guess, some type of little mishap they had to go out. And because still they went to the hospital and complained about certain things, they complained about maybe like adjustment issues and such, they ended up coming out on the other end with like 100%. And I'm like, dang, 100% basically never having to work again. If they choose not to work again, if they choose maybe to put their assets into something else, like, Ramil, he does like house flipping, so if you're flipping houses, or you're starting your own business up, or you're going into stocks and trades. I mean, shoot.
Hey, son of Israel, bro. I gotta say this real quick, and I'm gonna jump off, man. If I completely I'm gonna actually exit this, man. You got some good points, man, and fellow Share Force, you know what I'm saying? That's what's up, Team Share Force in the house, you know what I mean? So, yeah, that being said, bro, I tell you what, bro, with the disability thing, what's the craziest thing? There's a girl that I work with, right? She's getting out. Actually, she's technically on terminal leave, so technically she's out, but not fully out, but she's gonna be out by June. So, literally, this girl, bro, and she's actually one of the brightest people I've ever met in my life. I used to crush on this girl, bro. I had a thing for her for a whole minute. But this girl, she freaking came in, and she got hurt during basic training. She had like a back injury. I guess it happened when she was running or working out or something. So I kid you not. So a lot of females, for instance, right, they don't like to deploy, right, because especially if they have a boyfriend that they like, or they have a husband that really like, females are really clingy, right? Most people that don't like to deploy in the military are females, right? So because of that injury, she was deemed non-deployable, right? And she was put on a profile. So she never had to do a PT test at all, right? And most females, in particular, in the military, fail PT tests because a lot of them, they put on that weight, they start eating a lot. Different branches have different requirements, like the Army and the Marines, for instance. Like if you're a female in the Army or Marines, you're held to a higher standard. But Air Force and Navy, a lot of chicks get real fat real quick. You know what I'm saying? So she was able to pull that weight. She never had to. No, real talk, bro. So she never
No,
had
I
to worry
know,
about
I
her
know.
weight. Yeah, she never had to worry about her weight, being out of shape, and all this stuff. And so she never had to get deployed either. So she was banking all of that, right, the entire time, and she was getting all this stuff done with her medical work. She was in and out of the hospital all the time. She was good at her job, don't get me wrong, but like compared to actually time at station, like she was in and out of the hospital medical stuff on base and off base throughout her entire career, like every other day, right?
Mhm.
So there's that. And then on top of that, bro, you still have leave. So she took leave. She took leave whenever she wanted to. And then she had convalescent leave. Let's say she had surgery, right? I'm on convalescent leave right now. I've been popping Oxycontin every other day for the last 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm chilling, bro. I'm chilling, bro. And this is all government paying for it, right? Prescribe the prescription, all that stuff, bro. Just kick my feet up. So she's getting out probably with 100% for the rest of her life, which is like around 3,000. Not on top of
And the jump,
other. Yeah,
oh
3,000,
yeah,
and she's about to finish her degree. By the time she fully separates, so and she's going to get probably a 6-figure job starting out as a GS. Freaking crazy, bro.
oh yeah, oh yeah. And to jump into that, shoot, I it's surprising because I'm kind of getting into like a little mini community of like folks that are, getting out and they're making sure they pursue, the benefits that they're supposed to be getting. And you'd be surprised. I'm seeing a lot of women out there, black women too, like a lot of black women that's over here getting that they're actually doing this stuff. I'm saying they're going in, they're making sure they get anytime they need to go to the hospital, because a lot of times, especially it's for men in general, but especially for brothers, we want to play a lot of stuff that goes on with us. So we'll like when it comes to them saying, just put some spit on it or put like a patch on it, we'll take that to the extreme. We will not go into the hospital. We will not go in to sick leave. We will not go in and do any of that. And I'm like, y'all missing out because while you're not doing it, everybody else is going in there and getting it in. And there's a reason why when you look at like percentages for like, say, I know I hate to turn this into a whole big thing about disability, but it's crazy to me. When you look at percentages, I think it was like 14% of people that are on it is like on 100%. And that's something that's gotta make you think, how the heck are 14% on it? It's because people are actually going in and they're going into the sick call, making sure that they know everything that happens. And some of the folks like Fantastic, I'm pretty sure you probably might have had some of them people that was on your team that you never I mean you saw men working, but you was like, dang, it seemed like this motherfucker always out here somewhere, always calling in, hey, can you take my shift? Always man, I got a headache. Always, man, I gotta go to the hospital. Always, they're always out. And you're like, man, why is he always out, man?
Fantastic. Real quick, man, I thank you for having me on, but I need to know, bro. I need to know, man. This shit bothers me. I'm not even a veteran, bro. And, I'm going to say this, man. Thank you for having me on. Hit the like button, y'all. Support the channel, man. I have a lot of respect for you, bro, because of your military service. I can debate you. I don't hate you. You're a man in my eyes. You sound like you're a good father. You sound like you love your kids. You sound like you're a man of principle. I don't agree with a lot of your views, but I respect your service. But I need to know, man, what you got to say about what happened to this brother, man? This is I need black veterans to make some noise. Like this is because come on, Fantastic. You got to give me this, man. You see in this society how these white veterans are lionized. Even the ones that fought against America. Come on, bro. We got Confederate monuments. This country honors the military veterans that fought against it. But black veterans, it seems like there is an issue honoring your service just as much. And I need you to acknowledge this, brother. You can't sit up here and tell me you feel as a black veteran yourself, serving your country, doing what a lot of these pussy ass big mouth niggas ain't got the balls to do. Salute Trey, same to you. I disagree with a lot of your views, but at the end of the day, you got the balls, you had the balls to do what a lot of these bitch ass niggas didn't have the balls to do. Now, I chose to do differently because of my career path. I really wanted to work for myself. That's what I've always wanted to do, own my own business. But I salute black veterans, brother. I am not one of these niggas that's going, well, you cool there, nigga, fight with a white man and all that. No, because I understand there is a lot of opportunity in the military. Fantastic is absolutely 100% fucking right. But I need you and I need Trey to be honest, bro. I need you to acknowledge that there is a problem. When it comes to honor, you got stories of black veterans coming home, getting lynched, getting called nigga. You've heard of how the German POWs came back and they were treated better than the black soldiers, bro. The motherfucking Nazis, the German soldiers killing U.S. soldiers can sit at this motherfucking table. But my black ass can't, and I'm serving this country. Listen, bro, I'm gonna stop. I'm not gonna ramble on, but I'm gonna say this and I'm done, bro.
Hey,
I
real
am
quick,
not.
TVA. Hey,
I
TVA,
am
are you
not.
talking about?
I
Quick
am
question,
not a
TVA.
blame. I am not a blame the white man type of dude, bro. I'm trying to hammer that in with you, man. That's not where I'm coming from, bro.
Hey, TVA, are you talking about that Puerto Rican cat
I
in
will
Virginia?
acknowledge black dysfunction.
Yeah.
I will acknowledge the bullshit that black people do, bro. I do it on my check. I don't mean to average, but check. I want you to check my shit out, bro. I'm not coming from that angle, but I got to acknowledge shit like this, man. We can't pretend like this ain't happening on a regular basis. Black police officers getting beat the fuck up because, I thought you were a protester.
You know that dude was Puerto Rican, right?
So it's okay for you to whoop this black man's ass when you think he's a protester, but it turns out he's a cop. It turns out
you know
he's
that
a
dude was
police
Puerto
officer.
Rican, right?
Now your ass is on fire.
I don't know if he can hear you.
I mean, come on, bro. I need you guys to acknowledge
I don't
this
know.
problem.
Can you hear me, Fantastic?
I can hear you.
You know he was Puerto Rican, right?
Bro, come on. I'm not gonna play this game with you. I'm not gonna play. You know that there are people of black ancestry in Puerto Rico. I'm not gonna play this fucking game with you.
No, I'm just questioning you, bro. Because
so are you gonna stop dancing? Are you going to stop dancing, or are you going to
let me remind you real quick about the
problem,
manosphere.
Trey?
How the manosphere works.
Are you going to acknowledge that your fellow black veteran
my black
had
ass
his
is not
constitutional rights? He was treated like a damn dog.
You mute him up and I'll break it down, Fantastic.
Well, hey, TVA, you gotta let him go, man. TVA, you gotta let him respond, fam. Go ahead, Trey.
All right, first thing I'm gonna remind you about the black manosphere, that cats like me, Blexit, ain't considered ADOS in the black manosphere because we're Jamaican. As soon as we start speaking conservative talking points, y'all niggas ain't ADOS.
Trey,
y'all
what
niggas
you got to say about black
hold up, man. Hold up, bro.
This is why Fantastic I wouldn't.
Hold
he
up,
ain't saying
bro.
shit.
Hold up, TVA. Hold up, man. Calm down. Slow your tampon, bro. Now I'm watching the video. I watched the entire video last night with my girl. My girl's Dominican, was married to a Puerto Rican cat forever. As soon as the video comes on, first words out that little cat's mouth, she's like, "What the fuck are they talking about? That nigga's Puerto Rican."
Y'all notice he's making it about race. I'm asking about veterans.
TVA,
I'm asking about black veterans. He's talking about race. He's talking about Dominican and black and shit.
Hold up, TVA.
I don't know what the fuck this has to do with the video.
Calm down, bro. Context. Now,
what does his race have to do with his rights being violated?
TVA, you brought up race, bro. Now, the cat's Puerto Rican. He's not a veteran. He's in the Army, the 29th Infantry Division in Virginia. Army National Guard, same unit I was in when I came off active duty.
Black Hispanic male,
TVA,
bro.
TVA. You gonna shut the fuck up, man, so I can break this down. He was in the 29th Infantry Division, Virginia Army National Guard Unit, not active duty. He's a second lieutenant, butter bar, barely a Navy, be an ensign.
His
He only been in-
constitutional rights
God
were
damn it.
violated.
TVA, you ain't served in the military a hot fucking minute, bro.
His
Chill the fuck out.
constitutional rights were violated. What the fuck does anything you're saying
What the
have
fuck
to
is
do
Ian?
with that, Trey?
Why the hell is ENS goddamn TVA? You ain't served in the military a hot goddamn minute. Now, if you want to find out what the fuck
What
the lowdown
does
is
that
on this
have
little
to
pussy
do
ass nigga,
with this
TVA, if you
veteran
want to know, shut
being
the fuck up.
assaulted
He's
by
not a
these
fucking
cops?
veteran. He's not a veteran. He was not
He's not a
assaulted.
veteran. Okay, so he's not a part of the military.
TVA, you're not a veteran
He's
until
not
you
a
get
part of the
out.
military.
You're not
He's
a
not a part of the
veteran until you
military.
get out, TVA.
Okay, you get what I'm saying, bro. This is semantics.
He ain't a veteran. He's daggone in the National Guard. He serves his 2 weekends, a weekend a month, 2 weeks every year. That's what he does. Now, the little fuckhead Puerto Rican cat, he ain't black. This little bitch ass Puerto Rican dude, I wish for God he was my soldier. If this motherfucker was my soldier, you know what? His ass will be sitting there getting ready to get discharged right now. His freaking general discharge will be lined up. I gave him the benefit of the doubt. I was like, okay, I'm going to wait till the whole video comes out. I see what the news is playing. Then I watched the whole
Now
fucking
you need
video.
to see the whole video. Come on, bro. You ain't
I
seen
watched
enough.
the whole. What
You're
the
full
fuck
of
you
shit,
think you're
Trey.
going to do in the
You're full
military?
of shit, Trey. His
Really?
hands
See,
were
this is
up.
what
He
this
was
is why
not a
bitch
threat.
ass niggas don't serve in the military like you, TVA.
Fantastic. You know this, niggas. Come on,
TVA.
bro.
This is why
Come
bitch
on,
ass niggas
y'all.
like you don't
Come
serve
on,
in the
y'all.
military. Well,
All
how
right,
the
let me
fuck
let
you
me
supposed
can't
let me
with
hop
these
in here. Let
coons,
me
bro.
let me hop in here. Let me hop in here. Listen, TVA. I don't know if you heard my synopsis of it. Again, man. I understood both sides of the situation. I think the cops were fucked up. I said it. The cops were fucked up because the cops didn't do the initial thing of properly investigating the situation. What they pulled him over for was improper. They pulled him over for no tags when the tags were there. It was just they weren't in the normal spot. Had he used,
fantastic,
hold
fantastic. That
on,
is
Trey.
the law.
Yeah, hold on, Trey.
Why
Trey,
were
bro. That's
Trey,
right.
hold on.
guns
Man, that's the
pulled
law.
out for
Hold on. Yo,
tags?
y'all niggas chill if I'm talking. I let y'all niggas go at it for what's name. So I'm talking, y'all chill the fuck out. But hold on, this is what I'm saying. So the tag wasn't where it normally is, but as long as it's displayed trade, he's not breaking the law. The officer would also
That's
didn't.
easy.
But that's what I'm saying.
That's
The
easy. Stop.
yeah, but that's what I'm
The
saying.
key-
The officer didn't properly say he thought he didn't have tags. So that's why they dropped the things. They had no
Fantastic. Why
problem.
are
with
you
false.
pulling guns
Well,
out
y'all
for
niggas,
tags, bro?
shut the hell up, nigga. You didn't hear what I said, so I'm trying to explain it to you. I'm trying to talk to both of y'all at the same time. Just chill out, then I'll let y'all go back to killing each other. All right, so what I'm saying is he pulled him over for no tags. He had tags. The tags were just on the inside of the tenant windows, which he used his fucking spotlight on the thing and investigated. He would have saw that it was there, but because they got agitated because he did the right thing and he drove further to the thing. He purposely drove to a well-lit area and all these different things. And I don't know if it was him or the senior officer, the other dude that escalated to high-risk traffic stop. You got two people that's hop out of the car with guns drawn, yelling at him, giving him different commands. So I agree that he should. He did the best thing he could have did. Now the whole talking and asking whatever, I know that's something extra requirement. But as far as him just hopping out and doing all these things when you got two different people with firearms drawn on you, pointing at you, I'm not getting the fuck out the car either. I'm going to follow the commands as it goes to hang my hands out the window, cut my vehicle off. He did all of those things. Officer, if you want to do anything, hey, you get me out this fucking car. Because I'm not about to get my big black ass out this motherfucker. And y'all say I reached for something or I did anything else or whatever the fuck. And then we go from there. So, again, the cops were in the wrong first because it was a fraudulent reason for pulling him over. They didn't do the proper research.
Fantastic. Don't get that little
Brother,
nigga
Trey. It's not no excuse. It's not what I said, bro. This is what the police department said. Have you?
I'm telling. Yes, bro. I watched.
All right. So this is what. So hold on. Wait, brother. Don't argue with me. Argue with the police department that said this. Okay.
I'm arguing with the soldier, man. Man, I'm a soldier, man. If one of my, I'm telling you, bro, that motherfucker will be on his way out the fucking door.
What are you talking about? The soldier was the one violated in this situation.
Oh my God,
nigga.
man, this motherfucker was a little bitch. You follow fucking orders in the army. The motherfucker didn't do shit right.
Hold on, Trey.
Let me break it down, Fantastic. What he did wrong.
But Trey, no, Trey. You're correct in what you're saying, but were those orders being given to him by an officer appointed over him? No, they were not.
Look, fantastic. That's
Hold
not
on,
what matters,
brother.
bro.
Brother, wait, hold on. He's a civilian at this point, and as a civilian, he has certain rights. Again, when you got to look at the law now, Trey. This ain't about your feeling. This is about law because this is what it is.
This ain't a law, bro. I'm looking at it from UCMJ, bro, and it's being
But
a
you just
soldier.
had nothing to do with UCMJ. This is where you're wrong.
Exit the vehicle at the same time. That's very hard to do.
TVA, fall back. See, you're still wrong again. This has nothing to do with UCMJ, bro. It has nothing to do with UCMJ. You know why? Hold on, I'm going to tell you. Hold on, I'm going to tell you why. Are you currently active duty, brother? No disrespect.
Fantastic. You know I did 21, bro.
Brother,
has shit changed? Fantastic. Has shit changed in 5 years?
Brother, yes, it has. You don't know, bro. You don't know shit about what's going on right now, fam. So be quiet and let me educate you, okay?
Break it down to me. What's changed in 5 years?
What I'm going to tell you is this: being to the fact of that, he was no charges brought against him. There are no UCMJ charges even be put on the table, brother. It's like it never happened. Now, if he would have been charged with something, which he was not, then he is susceptible to UCMJ charges and all those other things that go with it. But being that there are no civilian charges, sir, he is under no motherfucking UCMJ motherfucking penalty or chances of penalty whatsoever. Now,
okay, now let me break it down how it would happen. Fantastic. Let me tell you how it would happen. Once the entire video, because I done did it, man. I done did it a billion times for 21 years.
Look, man,
no matter what
Fantastic for acknowledging the truth, bro.
Come on, TVA.
I got a lot more respect for you, bro.
Right now.
This bitch ass nigga here, I can't fuck with this dude.
Oh my God, TVA, we're discussing military shit right now.
No matter what. The police are right. No matter what, the establishment is right.
TVA, chill out and let him say his piece, man. Go ahead. Trey.
So from a 15-6 point of view, which is a military investigation for everybody that don't know, a 15-6 will be initiated because the amount of money this lieutenant is suing for. Now, when you, as a 15-6 officer, you're going to go back and you're going to review the entire video. You're going to break it down frame by frame. And if it's a big enough 15-6, you're going to have a staff, and probably because it's an officer, it'll probably be like a 05 or an above doing this 15-6. Now he's probably going to have a couple with him, and they're not going to be lawyers or anything. They're just going to be regularly appointed officers to investigate this. And they're going to interview everybody. They're going to go after the civilians. They're going to go after him. They might interview his dog. That's how thorough a 15-6 is going to be in a situation like this because of the monetary amount. It ain't about right versus wrong here versus the officers versus him. It's about getting down to the bottom of what the fuck really happened.
Why were guns drawn over tag?
TVA, chill. TVA. And again, Trey, brother, I don't know what you think or this is not 5 years ago, brother. Again, I don't know if you're aware.
Nothing changed with it. Nothing changed with 15-6. Fantastic.
Again, you're trying to tell me, bro, you don't know what the hell going on. Bro, they reenacted the whole, the T people thing where you can do that again in the military, bro. So you're wrong on every occasion. I'm trying to tell you. You had hold on, fam. Let's listen.
I haven't said
regulations.
Chill,
nigga. What the fuck?
Chill. TVA, I don't need your help, nigga. Listen to what I'm trying to tell you.
About help. The nigga stupid.
Be quiet. I'm trying to explain it. You're not helping by cutting me off. Trey, last year, bro, they had pretty much every leader of each branch of the military give an outright apology and explanation to Black service members and minority service members, whatnot, what have you, bro. It is completely and totally different from 5 years ago. What I'm trying to tell you is this, okay? The reason why he would not be in any way, shape, form, or fashion is because, and again, I don't know if you just seen this recently. Also, another big thing, did you see the interview of the Black Air Force pilot like 2 weeks ago or last month? Did you see that interview?
Man, I saw that bitch ass nigga, man.
All right, well,
most expensive plane in the world, crying like a little bitch.
Okay, well, listen, man. If everybody's a bitch ass nigga to you, man, again, you definitely wouldn't last.
Other veterans,
still, bro, you definitely would not see too much longer in your military career, bro. Today, you can have those sentiments. Hold on, listen to me, man. And I'm glad for you, nigga, because you definitely wouldn't make it. You will have so many motherfucking charges on your ass, and you might be losing part of your goddamn pension. All right.
Fantastic. It wouldn't happen, bro. At this point, man, I'd be at what, 26 years, bro. It's a different army. I know, man. I was be all you can be, man. I
Well, that's
came
what.
in
No,
what?
He
that's
knows
what.
everything. He ain't in the army, but he knows
So
about
this is
that.
so all I'm telling you, this is what I'm telling you, man. Listen, there's
Fantastic.
no way.
Let me-
Hold
let
on,
me-
hear me out. Hear me out. I promise I'm gonna pass it right back to you. There's no way, shape, form, or fashion in the current climate that you have after you just you're not even a year removed from each top brass of each military branch coming out and pretty much giving a formal apology on the behalf of racism to black and minority individuals, and you're going to somehow find this man guilty of anything after he's been exonerated from a civilian situation, no charges dropped, and you're going to try and kick him out or reprimand him.
Fantastic.
Bro, that will be the worst thing ever you could do as that fucking what's name.
Ladies and gentlemen, fantastic sounded like a hotep today.
No, I ain't talking
Hey,
about hotel.
that nigga sounded like a motherfucking hotel pro. I need y'all to thumbs up this motherfucker like a motherfucker. Right? This nigga sounded like he love him some black people right about now, boy.
I'd stay with the facts, bro. I keep telling y'all that. Go ahead, Trey.
Now, fantastic, bro. I'm telling you, man. Like, man, my son-in-law he's living with me right now while he's on emergency leave. And I'm hearing all the stories, man. He 11 Bravo just like me. And every single day he's telling me about all the shit that goes on. That, he got one black soldier in his squad, in his Bradley crew, and the shit the kid gets away with is ridiculous, man. I know everything going on, man. I got my Pizos, my former soldiers that are still in, bro. Just for y'all to know in the chat, I did 21 years. I was a freaking 11 Bravo, 13 Fox, and interrogator. 21 years, paratrooper 16, jumped out of many a plane, 4 times combat zones, Haiti, and every freaking country you can think of in Central America, running around doing silly shit.
Bro.
Now,
you ain't in it now. He's in it now. Regulations change.
TVA, chill, bro. You know what? No disrespect, TVA, but I just want to talk to Fantastic about military stuff right now.
Nigga, you ain't in the military either.
TVA.
That's
me
why
and Fantastic talk military stuff.
About regulations.
We're talking about military stuff.
And neither are you.
TVA. We're talking military stuff.
Man, like I said, I'm gonna jump off. Fantastic, man. I salute you for acknowledging the truth, man. I just wanted to know how you felt about it, man. It ain't about hating cops, none of that. I disagree with any looting and all of that. I'm not for that. I don't agree with that. Well, that's different. That's but you get what I'm saying as far as hating the cops and all of that and defunding the police. No, it's not about that at all. I don't agree with that. But not acknowledging shit like this. I mean, that's a problem, bro. And then it's a problem when you're called a hotep or a pro-black when you simply say, hey, man, there are issues when it comes to racism. It may not necessarily be black people's primary problem, but it's a problem. That's my only perspective. I can't rock with anybody that says racism is not a problem at all. When you got shit like that. And I've seen white veterans justifying what happened to this dude. So I just wanted to know how you felt about it. I salute you, bro, for acknowledging that. Trey, man, hey, I don't know what to say, bro. I don't know. You're calling your fellow veterans bitches, but you're pro-military.
Bro, they're not veterans, bro. They're not veterans, bro.
You just all kinds of full of shit and confused, man.
TVA, join the military, bro. Join the military, man.
Yeah, go ahead, man. I'm listening.
All right, so what I was saying, man, and like here, what TVA does, man, he comes up to kick the table, typical lefty points. Oh, let me come up here and yell, and try and get him to agree with my points. And then if I can get him to agree, I'm gonna run. That's a typical lefty tactic, bro. That's communist shit. Come in and stir the table, get motherfuckers beefing with each other that shouldn't be beefing. Look, man, at the end of the day, bro, your ships are providing freaking daggone battleship fire, to my boys on the ground. You know what I'm saying? And that's what happens. That's what I say. I ain't got no beef with you, but here's my thing and why. Yeah, I would do it army-wise, and as me, as a combat commander, what I would do. I know the climate going on today, but at the end of the day, right is right and wrong is wrong. In a military standpoint, when you're wearing that uniform, and when you go through and you watch the entire video, first thing first, you're an officer in the United States Army, regardless, Guard, Reserve, or active duty. At the end of the day, tomorrow, you could be called up to go fight China, to go fight Iran. Are you gonna tell me sir, I was scared to go on that patrol because I was scared of the Iranians? Nah. Here's the thing. I told you I was in his unit. That's where I'm from. I know 460, Windsor, all them places. I know them. Been up them many a times. Every freaking week while in college for a year, I drove up that road to drill. I was in the same unit as the kid. Now, you pull over. If here's the thing, his first mistake, didn't pull over first. Okay, cool. I'll give that to him. Then when you're pulled over, especially after last week, when a cop was shot dead from the exact same situation, you get on that phone and you call 911 and you let them know, hey, I'm being followed by a couple cops. I just want to pull into a well-lit area. Can you radio into them and let them know? Then next thing happened is there were not different commands first. First was one cop was giving him commands, and he sat up there like a little smug bitch. I don't want to get out. What's going on? I don't know. And that's when my girl was like, he's a Puerto Rican little bitch. And I was like, what? She's like, yeah, he's Puerto Rican. And I'm like, I mean, I already knew he wasn't black, but I'm like, why the fuck doesn't he just get out? He didn't put his hands out at first. He left his elbow in. The cops gave him about 40 commands before he finally put his hands out. If you scared, say you scared. If you scared, you in the wrong fucking occupation. I done got pulled over like a goddamn 20 fucking times while in the service because I like speeding. None of this shit happened. I walk away. You know how it is when you pulled over as a service member, especially if you're in uniform. You chill, shut the fuck up. You're going to walk away with a good day. Most cops served in the military. You're going to walk away with some big ups and all right, cool, man. Just don't do that shit anymore, man. Hey, nice dog in the back. Hey, man, make sure you just take your tags out the window and put them down there. That's all it would have been. My man turned it into something heightened because at the end of the day, I'm like this. I want everybody to go home alive. But you know what? Them cops are thinking about what just happened to that dude on the road. They got popped by that asshole with the AR-15 in the same type of stop with some tinted windows. They want to get home to their family too. But you can't just you can't just give this blatant, oh, he was black. No, he was. They didn't even know he was black until how long before he stuck both his hands out the window? All they saw was a BDU elbow.
Yeah, exactly.
For how long in that video?
Uniform. That's my whole point of the thing. The uniform saved it more so than anything else, man. Listen, there is no beef. We just have a difference of opinion, man. That's how you look at it. That's how you look at it, brother. I'm not trying to change your thing. I'm telling you what I saw, and I'm telling you that what I saw supports the decision that was handed down by the police force or whatever, the precinct or the jurisdiction that did what they did. At the end of the day, I did hear different things being yelled at him by two different people, and he saw guns drawn. I myself, you're saying this if this came out cool as if it started out from, hey, sir, driver's license and registration, and then it escalated to that. No, bruh. No. It started out with motherfucking guns drawn, bruh. What are you talking about?
Pulled over right away,
no,
man.
No, hold on, Trey. No.
Why they draw guns? Fantastic. Why they draw guns?
Trey, I don't know. Listen, this is what I can tell you. What the police precinct said in this situation, and it makes sense because they wrote down everything that happened. The man stopped, put on his hazard lights, drove to a well-lit area, which is your right to do as a fucking what's the name, okay? The original reason for them pulling over was fraudulent because it wasn't accurate. He did have registration or tags. They just didn't see them. They just weren't in the normal location.
But is it fraudulent or is it reasonable doubt?
Fam, I'm not cutting you off at all. So please give me the same respect, okay?
Okay, my bad.
All right. So all I'm telling you is, again, had you been a better police officer and investigating the situation, they didn't even write him up for 10. Had they pulled him over and they said it was for 10, that would have gave them the reason to pull him over. That's not what they did. They said no display of tags. The tags were displayed. Okay, you do use that big ass motherfucking spotlight that's on your car to do a proper investigation and say, oh well, shit, he got his tags, whatnot, what have you. There's no need for me to fucking pull my guns out and turn into a high risk stop and all this other shit just because it's a nigga with tent in a vehicle, bro. They knew he was fucking a minority, man. They knew it. They knew what he was. Like I said, that's and all this other shit.
Hold on. How did they know he was a minority?
Bro, they saw it when they pulled him the fuck over.
No, did you watch the entire video? Fantastic.
Yeah, I played it from beginning to dumb. I played it from start to finish, bro. I did. I just played the whole thing on the thing.
All 30 minutes.
30 minutes? No, not 30 minutes. No.
Yeah, it's an entire 30-minute video, Fantastic. I watched the joint from start to end, all 30 minutes. And
Okay.
then they had both cameras going. The camera, he took the time, bro, to set while they telling him
Yeah, I know.
before they knew he was black.
Set up his camera phone. He didn't do
Before
that.
no, I'm telling you, listen to me. While they had him, before they knew he was black, this is before they knew he was, a person of color.
Uh-huh.
His elbow was out the window and he was setting up his camera inside while they're yelling at him. They're yelling at him. Hey, this went on, Fantastic, for about 5 or 6 minutes. His elbow hanging out the window.
Yeah.
They had no idea. Now, that is when guns were drawn. What you're watching is spliced up media. You know what I'm saying? I don't care whether this, like I said, man, I'm not pro-white.
No,
I'm not pro-cop.
wait.
I'm pro.
Well, hey, if that's the case,
for the freaking.
Hold on. If that's the case, that's every time I seen it, the cop got out of the vehicle with his gun drawn, man. From me seeing it. High risk traffic stop. I just saw it. You know what? We'll go back to it. Where is it? Hold on. Let me see something quick. So maybe they got me with the trickery, bro. We'll see in a second. Give me a second. We'll look at it together there, brother. We'll take another look at it. Fair use.
Man, my thing is this, man. I just look at it from a military point of view. If that soldier was white, pink, Martian, it don't matter. I'd have his ass. I would. If that was 2015.
Well, yeah, I promise you wouldn't have his ass in 2021. He would have your ass, and you'd be kicked the fuck out.
But here's the thing, Fantastic, is that look, I wouldn't be kicked the fuck out because here's what would happen. Hey man, you got if I was stealing, you got 26 years in, Sergeant Major. What you gonna do? Well, I'm just gonna retire. That's all it would be.
But that's what I'm saying. Forced retirement is the same thing, bro. You know what I mean? Even forced retirement.
But my bro. I mean, I was under that program 20 years. Hey, all y'all 20-year E7s, y'all gotta go. Hey, we doing a drawdown. Okay, cool. Give me my paycheck. I'm out. My 100%. All right, I'm out. Cool.
Yeah, look, Trey, you promo Trey. I know I'm ain't blind, brother. They got out the car, guns drawn. What are you talking about,
bro? What is that, bro? What does that say in the book? What 3 letters do you see in the bottom right hand corner of that screen? In red.
It don't matter what the fuck, Trey. I'm gonna run it back for you, Trey. Listen, I'm gonna run it back for you. This is the cops.
Go watch the raw footage. Watch the raw footage. Fantastic.
Oh, this is the cop. Hold on, you're not listening, bro. Chill, bro. This is the cop's body camera. He got out with the fucking gun drawn, fam. What the fuck you talking about?
Fantastic. Go watch the entire video. I'm talking about when they initiated it. All the way up until this point, all the way to when they were sitting there talking to the lieutenant freaking 20 minutes later, explaining to him what he did.
Just chill. Listen. Look, what's gonna happen. Get out the car. This is the cop's body cam. Immediately, gun drawn. What the fuck are you talking about, bro?
Why, Fantastic? Why did they get out with the guns drawn?
I don't fucking know. Why?
That's why I said go watch the entire video. At first, I was like, look, when I first heard about it, I'm like, okay, I'm not an emotional nigga. I'm not gonna make no response. This had to happen for some reason. Just like I said, man, I can't sit there and make rash decisions. I got burned for that.
It's not even rash decisions, but Trey, this is what I'm saying. No matter what you're telling me, is like, okay, what was the reasoning for them making it a high risk traffic stop? That wasn't explained. Explain.
That's what I'm saying. It's not meant to be explained. And I'm gonna take it down the communist point of view. What they're doing is, man, they're trying to get black men all emotionally amped up.
Hold on. Wait. First, let me make a whole bunch of shit. What's the name? Okay. All right. Even if it's a CNN edited video, Doug, the video I'm looking at, unless they edited and spliced the motherfucking cops video as to where they made it to where within 10 seconds of him hopping out of his fucking car, he draws his firearm. I mean, if y'all telling me that, bro, it's a lot of crazy shit going on, and wow, now I'm pissed. But I'm saying
there's a reason we call it the Communist News Network. Fantastic. I want you to go back and read Manny Johnson's book and then go back and watch this video. Excuse me. Read Manny Johnson's book. Watch the entire video.
Hold up, Doug, give me with the joint. Hold on. I'm finna pull it up on this. Let me start that one. Let me see what Doug got for me, man. The greatest, the GOAT of moderators. Let me see what we got going on here.
Yeah, but it's a long video, man. I'm supposed to be working, so I can't do that. And I don't think you got time either to watch that entire video. It's kind of boring. But what I implore you to do, bro, is read Manny Johnson's book, man. Watch the entire video, then watch CNN or MSNBC's cut.
Well, hold on. I'm still looking at it because this is this wouldn't be good either way. Either way it goes, bro. The first thing that Doug just sent me, bro, the dude hops out the whip with the fucking gun, man. Both this is the other cop.
Do you think it started there?
It don't matter.
Fantastic.
What I'm trying to tell you, it doesn't matter. Listen, what I'm trying to tell you.
All right, fantastic. Pull up the video of that cop getting shot, man, for that dude in the pickup truck.
Listen, Trey. I'm not disputing that, fam. I understand what you're saying about that, but that has nothing to do with this.
It does, fantastic. Fantastic. Do you want to go home at the end of the night? On your shift, do you want to go home?
Bruh, listen to me. I'm not on either side of this. This is what I'm trying to tell you. I'm looking at this from what it is, bro. You don't get the right to say, okay, I signed up to be a cop, just like you, because you can't call all the military people bitch ass niggas and bitch ass this and soft ass this and soft like that, and then not hold the cops to the same standard. You signed up for this shit, bro.
If the cops were bitches in this sense, if the cops were bitches, I would call them bitches.
Fam, you gotta let me finish. You keep cutting me off. Listen, it's the same thing if you're a fucking cop. If you scared, go home. If you fucking scared, every time people get caught, that comes with the job. If you're so paranoid to the point of where you're worried about you're not going to make it home tonight and you feel like you got to motherfucking jump immediately to fucking having firearms draw, bro, it's time for you to lay it down and go find another line of work.
All right, fantastic. I'm going to throw your same argument back at you. Now, in today's climate, or what's going on with everybody in the media painting the cops as bad guys, as white people as bad guys, as conservatives as bad guys, as black conservatives as the devil. And then you pull up to a window in the back truck with blacked out windows in the middle of nowhere, and you don't know who the fuck, if it's 5, 6, 10 people in there, illegals maybe, with fucking AR-15s. What are you gonna do if this motherfucker ain't stopped for a good 2 miles? He just been driving along. He ain't tried to make any kind of contact or anything like that.
I'm gonna ask you again.
Hey, fantastic. Hold on. Let me one more question.
Okay.
You've been in the army. You've been in the Navy 17 years. Have you ever dealt with a VBIED?
Oh, what? No. I haven't dealt with an IED. No.
No, a VBIED. A fucking BMW just rolling along, just chilling, looking all normal. You got to stop that shit. Or a fucking 18-wheeler. Coming through, just rolling up on your position, and you got to stop knowing that motherfucker can blow you and everybody from here to fucking Saudi Arabia.
No, I've never had gate duty. I've never been stationed anywhere where I had to do checkpoints. So I'm telling you, no.
All right, it's a whole different ball game, fantastic, and that's why I say, okay, if you put this situation in that military cat's life, he's never experienced this, but this is part of his job description.
Okay,
Now, me as a soldier, look, man, I know what the fuck is going on. But at the same time, fantastic, I respect what you're saying, bro. I know the climate. I know in today's climate, the reason why VA is doing what they're doing is because of his color. If he was a white Puerto Rican, if it was my girl, a white Dominican, the situation would be different. We wouldn't be hearing about this shit. But because of his skin color, and he just happened to be dark enough, he happened to pass that paper bag test, boom. We can spin this one. CNN, grab it, run with it. Because they damn sure ain't showing that cop get laid out all over the news from the same exact situation, man.
All right, man. So again, well, I don't know. Doug gave me this, bro. So if this one is fucking what's the name too? Fair use. Okay, so y'all gonna say this one is edited too? Because either way it goes, it still stands like what the fuck I said. And y'all starting to piss me the fuck off, bro. I really usually don't do this. But I'm somewhat of a smart motherfucker. So if y'all gave me the bullshit about CNN was one thing, cool. It may have spliced the video, it may have fucked with it, whatnot, what have you. But when I originally fucking saw it, what I know they can't do is very highly unlikely that they're gonna do is fucking splice the goddamn body cam footage of the police officer. But when I'm gonna play this one, it's gonna fucking still make my fucking point for me. And I'm gonna need y'all not to say this shit to me ever again after this point. Cause now I'm pissed. Cause I'm seeing the same shit on the shit Doug gave me. Cop getting out the fucking car. Immediately goes to drawn fucking what's name. There's no glitch. There's no splice. There's no fucking jump in the fucking footage. I know what the fuck I'm looking at.
Fantastic. That's not the beginning, fantastic.
Bro, fam, please. I let you say everything you had to say, bro. I didn't cut you off at all. I let you get your whole shit off. All right? So I'm going to say it again. I'm going to play this shit again so y'all can fucking see it. Body cam footage. No glitch, no splice, no nothing.
Fantastic. That ain't the beginning, bro. That is not the beginning, fantastic.
Bro, I don't give a fuck about the beginning. It's the beginning of the traffic stop.
Bro, that is not the beginning. No, fam, that's bullshit, bro. That's not the beginning of the traffic stop. It's the actual fucking beginning of him getting out of the vehicle for the after the traffic stop. I know the traffic stop started. When does the traffic stop begin, fantastic?
Bro,
When does
it started whenever he started on the road. It started on the fucking road. They don't give you the fucking right because the man decides to pull over in the fucking
boom. Now what happened? What happened in between that? Fantastic. Why aren't they showing you what took place in between when they first threw the lights on? Boom. Bruh. That's the communist plan, fantastic.
It's not a communist plan.
Fantastic. To get a smart brother like you, to get a brother that leans right like you, to become emotional and start leaning to the side of the dumbass nigga in the car. That's what the communist plan is, fantastic. They got you.
Bro, y'all talking about a long... No, it wasn't. Listen.
They got you, fantastic.
Oh my God, bro. Please stop. Listen. I heard it explained by the fucking police station. Unless the police station is lying to fucking bring this shit up and just fucking totally fucking go with the fucking bullshit, bro. It makes no sense.
They got you.
100 seconds fucking later. Hold on. 100 fucking seconds later, the fucking what's the name? This wasn't a high speed pursuit. This wasn't none of this fucking bullshit. The dude pulled over at the fucking gas station, bro. You able to do that? What the fuck is going on? What are you talking about?
You. The communists got you, fantastic. They got you. Every news report got you believing what you see is real. I ain't being no conspiracy theorist, bro. I used to think this shit was crazy myself, man, until I started researching it.
Well, stop beating around the bush. How long do you follow him?
Bro, he followed him for 2 miles.
So 2 miles. Wait. Stop. So 2 miles is a long time. Is a long way.
Bro, I'm telling you. And on 460, you live in VA. You know what 460 looks like.
I'm gonna ask you again.
In 460 on black ass roads.
I'm going to ask you again.
You're goddamn right. 2 miles is a long fucking way. Going 45 miles per hour.
They say about y'all, bro. You
come on, now they got you. Come on, fantastic. Now, let me tell you, bro. Let me tell you, fantastic, what they doing. Man, I told you, man, they don't know the dude's race at this point, bro. They don't know shit. They don't know anything.
Not, again, for when the dude said this, and again, for the cop to agree with him. Listen, this
why
is what
the cop agree, fantastic. Why the cop agree, fantastic. Why are the cops agreeing?
Listen, why he did it on the scene? I can see this wasn't after the fact. Did you watch the whole video? Stop.
Yes, no, all 30 minutes, fantastic. Watch all 30 minutes.
Bro, listen. So fucking listen, bro.
They got you amped, fantastic, on purpose.
Bruh.
It's the media, bro. They trying to get you emotional.
Media. It's not no fucking media, bro.
Fantastic. They got you, man.
Bro, don't nobody got shit.
Bro, CNN got you, bro.
Bro,
watch MSNBC.
CNN.
Hey, go watch, bro. Why don't you see anything before that? Bro, how long was the video Doug sent you?
Nothing before that. Listen what I'm trying to tell you. What you not fucking saying is what the fucking cop said himself. Not after the fact. Not
what
after
the cop say, fantastic.
Please stop cutting me off, bro. I'm trying to.
What did the cop say?
Bro, can you shut the fuck up? You too old for this shit, man.
Bro, I'm being serious.
Bro, you being
fantastic. They got you.
I'm being respectful, and you won't shut the fuck up and let me talk and stop cutting me off on my shit. Now I'm gonna say this shit again. No matter what the fuck you talking about, 2 miles is not motherfucking long enough when the man is fucking going at a steady pace, fucking pace. Put his hazard lights on to where he denotes he's going to fucking pull over. He stops at a fucking what's name. Then at any point in time, he purposely or make it seem like he's evading the police. No, you wouldn't evade the motherfucking police when even the police report and everything denotes that the man slowed down his speed. Slowed his speed down. This is what the police said. And he then fucking verbalized his intent of what he did to the police, saying, hey, I just wanted to get to a well-lit area for your safety and mine. You
Did he say
get
that,
out of the,
Fantastic?
bro, I'm still talking. You get out of the vehicle with your fucking guns drawn. That's fucking excessive, bro. I don't give a fuck about what the hell happened in another state over, in another fucking city over, or even happened to somebody in your fucking department. If you can't hold every other person you fucking deal with to the standard of some other shit, if that's the way you feel, quit your fucking job and go do something different. This shit could have got out of hand over motherfuckers hopping out, motherfucking guns out over fucking tenant windows and a fucking tag, bro. Stop. Not with that fuck shit. Ain't no blue lives matter. Ain't no black lives matter. I'm about the motherfucking common sense truth. Period.
No, you're not Fantastic. They got you, Fantastic.
Ain't nobody got shit over here, bro.
Bro, it's about the communist plan, Fantastic. If it would have been two black cops in VA.
You're reaching right now, bro. I'm not. But anyway, Big Truck in here. Big Truck, go ahead, man.
Well, Fantastic. You already probably know how I feel about it because I spoke on Ramil's panel earlier, so I don't have that energy in me left. But let me tell you what just happened here in New York. We got this other asshole, Dante Wright, and he decides that when the cops pull him over, he decides that he's going to drive off. So naturally, they scream, taser, 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 and the bitch shoots him because she's like, oh, yeah, well, I thought my fucking taser was a gun, which that must be bullshit. So I know she's going down for that shit. But the thing about it is, he could have still been alive if the stupid motherfucker had just fucking turned the car off and complied. So the bottom line is, his name's Dante Wright. So when I get home today, I'm gonna flick on my 80-inch television. I'm gonna be waiting for them to release that video shit from the cop's camera because I already know. I already know exactly how it's gonna go. They're gonna show him drive off, and they're gonna show the cops open fire on his car. So basically, I said this shit on Ramil's channel already this morning. All these motherfucking kids from Generation Z and Generation Alpha, I know your mamas couldn't control you. I know your teachers couldn't control you, but I goddamn tell you this. If you do some stupid shit, you pull fucking guns on cops, you're fucking driving off and shit, the cops got those body cameras, and your death is gonna be fucking monetized video on YouTube. And you have been warned. So if you want to be fucking stupid and you want to show off for your fucking buddies, you'll be the next person to get bullets in the back of your fucking head and the back of your fucking chest. So that's all I got to say.
All right. So these people are professionals and they're at work. If you look at the thing before, he said it was a felony traffic stop. You just can't say it's a felony traffic stop. Felony traffic stop means something very major, which means you're going to shoot and kill this motherfucker if he don't comply. That's what a felony traffic stop means. It means that you're not going to do regular shit. You're going to do all types of other shit. The police does not deserve the benefit of the fucking doubt. You don't. That guy stated what his intentions were. He wasn't lying. He wanted to go to a well-lit area for both of their safety. And who decided not to be a professional in that case? It was the police. The police didn't even run the tag on the fucking vehicle. Why? Once they went to the well-lit area, it was no longer about the tag. It was the fact that he didn't stop. And that's what the police kept saying. It was about they wasn't respected and they didn't give a shit that he was in uniform. They knew he was in uniform and they still assaulted him anyway. So we got a lot of black men out here who want to justify this stuff. That's fine. I'm just saying this.
Are you saying that I sound like I'm justifying it? Are you saying that I sound like I'm
justifying it? That's not what I said, sir.
No. I didn't say that you said me, but I'm just saying. Could it be implied? Hold on. Could it be implied? Could it be implied when I say?
Can I get my statement out?
Hold on. Hold on. I'm gonna fucking ask the question. I'm gonna ask the question. I'm gonna ask the question.
Big Truck, shut the hell up. I'll get back to you, nigga. You got to wait your turn, nigga. Nobody interrupted you. Shut your loud ass up.
Yeah, but that guy's talking shit.
But okay, well, talk shit after he talk shit, motherfucker. In turn, wait, goddammit. Go ahead, MOT.
All right.
We just had an insurrectionist on the panel try to gaslight Fantastic. That wasn't you. See? So what I'm saying is this. The police are still professionals, and they're still professionals at work. Okay? The type of professionalism that you bring to a traffic stop is going to denote how the traffic stop works. And yes, the biggest asshole who shows up to a traffic stop, the whole traffic stop takes on the whole character of the biggest asshole that's on scene. Listen, you need to make sure that you pull over in a well-lit area for both of your safeties. Because if you look at the video, the guy's hands are outside the video. The guy's lights are still on the back of his vehicle. There are blue lights on the car that are still flashing that's going forward. You couldn't clearly see this guy's hands outside the vehicle until you actually go up from where the light glare isn't on both sides of you. So if you're yelling and screaming and doing all this extra shit that you don't have to do for a simple non-plate there, you can't tell me that they would do this in every single case. They chose to do this because the guy didn't stop fast enough for their taste. It wasn't even about the plate because they didn't run. No one went to the front of the vehicle and ran the VIN number. That is what would have happened if this was about the plate, whether it's on there or not. But it's not about the plate. It's about punishing this dude after the fact. Dude hands are out the window. He's being more calm than the police. Why the police are not de-escalating the thing? They see he's clearly an officer, and he hit him 4 times in the face with pepper spray. You really think that getting out of that vehicle fast was going to get him any less than imminent death? No. And you have so many people who's caught up in the cultural aspect of gaslighting black people that they can't even see simplistic shit when it's right in front of their face. That's all I got, man.
All right, bro. What's up, Ramil? It's on you, bro.
All right, let me so like I said on my stream, I'm not pro police and I'm not justifying anything the police do. What I am pro is I'm pro black men making it home. All right, so here's the thing. This is the Virginia law right here. Here's the statute. Any person who having received a visible or audible signal from any law enforcement officer to bring his motor vehicle to a stop, drive such motor vehicle in a willful and wanton disregard of such signal, for who attempts to escape or elude such law enforcement officer, whether on foot, in the vehicle, or by any other means, is guilty of a class 2 misdemeanor. So, with that being said,
was he charged with a misdemeanor?
Now, I was about to get to that. So here's the thing: what the cops did when they first got out, they said it was a felony traffic stop. Actually, they got the only reason they got it wrong because he didn't pull over. He wasn't being dangerous. So what he was actually guilty of. Now I understand we should pull over to a well-lit area for the safety. Regardless, even if we do that and we go for 2 miles, you know, I'm pretty sure there was plenty of places. But if you go for 2 miles,
no.
Let me finish. But okay, we're just going with the okay. Let's just nobody knows the distance, so I don't know. But what I'm saying is that from the jump, even if we're pulling over for our safety, according to this law, he was guilty of a misdemeanor at that time. That's what the law says. You did not pull over, even if you're waiting for a well-lit area, which I will go to a well-lit area too. Fuck it, I test your misdemeanor. So when the cops got out, they didn't know he was black when they pulled the gun on him. They just see a truck with no plates that drove away when they were trying to pull them over with. That's why they got out acting like a bitch. But to say it was because he was black, hold on, it wasn't because they didn't know his color. They just seen a truck with no plate, and according to the law, he was guilty. So I'm not trying to justify what the police did. I'm trying to say what they did, the way they acted was in accordance with the law. And as black people, we can't be playing around like that. Like, my nigga,
that's
like
not in accordance with the law, man.
Okay, hold on.
He said it was a felony traffic stop. Like any misdemeanor is really not even that serious, though. Like,
but it's different levels of misdemeanors, man. Tomorrow, this according to this misdemeanor, he was fleeing. That can turn in. Come on, man. Tomorrow, if you in a law enforcement truck, you can't see the nigga plates, and the nigga keeps driving, you're gonna be suspicious too. Come on, man.
No. If he have his hazards on.
Did he have them on?
Yeah, he did. He put his hazards on, Ramil. That's
after he got pulled over, or when he was driving.
No.
During him going to the place, yeah. During him, that's what he's saying, Ramil. He put his hazards on once he realized he was being stopped by the police.
How do we know? How do we know that? Hold on. You said because it was 2 miles, right? If it was 2 miles,
it wasn't 2 miles. I believe that cop was being deliberately disingenuous when he said.
Okay, well, how do we know when he put his hazards? If there's no video. There's no video. How do we know when he put on his hazards?
Listen, Ramil, listen what I'm trying to tell you. It is a video. The whole video shows it. And it says they are estimating.
We should know the distance. We should know the distance.
Well, you can't really know the distance because I don't think it shows it on the thing. But again, it's what it says is it gives you the amount of seconds that it was from the time of where the lights were turned on and he actually pulled over. They say it was like 100 seconds. Which 100 seconds would be what? 1 minute and 40 seconds, bro.
Okay, going how many miles per hour? How long?
I don't know, but this is what I'm trying to tell you. So listen, this is what I'm saying. And what he did, Ramil, was he reduced his speed, notably reduced his speed and put on his
according to the law, still a misdemeanor though, because he didn't pull over at that time.
Ramil, I understand, but Ramil, this is what I'm trying to tell you. So had that not happened, is that going to hold up in court?
It depends. It depends on the judge. But all I'm just saying is, according to the law, brother.
I get you from the law. Hold on, MOT. I'm gonna get back to you in a second. Then we gotta get Ken in here. Listen, Ramil, I understand what you're saying, but had that case went to court and you're saying, hey, look, I slowed my speed down, like you said, give me the discovery, right? I want the discovery so I can point you out and say, hey, this is when the lights came on. You see, I immediately turned on my hazard lights, and I'm familiar with the area, whatnot, what have you. Officers complain about being put in a dangerous position. I wanted to make it safe to me and them, so I knew about the gas station that was up the way. Less than 2 minutes away. That's where I drove to. I stopped and. Are they going to charge you with that, bro?
Yeah, it depends on the judge, and they probably still will, because there's no law saying, "Hey, pull over to." That's some shit. Look, I'm not against pulling over to a well-lit area. We got to come up with that to stay safe. I understand, but the law don't say that. So it depends on the judge. The judge might say, "Well, the law says pull over right now," so we can't be saying we got to do this, because the judge ain't gonna look at it like we are. They're gonna look at the law. They're gonna look at, hey, well, it says you're supposed to pull the fuck over immediately. You know what I'm saying? So how we feel and what the law says, two different things. So I'm trying to. So the police overreacted because from their point of view.
You're right. You're right. No, you're right. So hold on. By the letter of the law, and like I said, as it is written, it was a misdemeanor thing. But still, does a misdemeanor denote you pulling out, like hopping out, bruh, guns drawn, and saying that it's a high risk traffic stop, and then yelling to the occupant of the vehicle, this is a felony traffic stop?
That's gonna because like I said to Men of Tomorrow, it's different levels of misdemeanors, and
but a misdemeanor is just that. When you say it's a felony, when you say that as the
they fucked up when they said it was a felony. They was wrong when they said
like you said. That's probably why everything got dropped or whatnot, what have you. When you tell a guy, if you and just put yourself in his way, Ramil. I know for a fact my record's clean. I'm legit. My insurance is good. I ain't got no warrants, whatnot, what have you. I was driving X amount of miles per hour or whatever. I'm doing the speed limit, even if I don't have the tags. That's not a felony. So motherfuckers is hopping out with guns ablazing, saying, "Hey, this is a felony traffic stop." Is you just gonna be so quick to hop out the fucking vehicle? I'm gonna let them.
You didn't hear them say it was a felony because that came on the radio, so it wasn't loud.
No. He yelled it. He yelled either high risk. High risk and felony. I know for sure he yelled high risk. I don't know if he yelled felony, but I'm positive he yelled, this is a high risk traffic stop. Get out, all these different things. Then you got commands of two individuals from two different angles, bro. Like I said, with guns drawn, giving you commands. So,
what I'm saying is that so it wasn't a felony. Obviously, the niggas they was over, but guns get pulled on niggas for misdemeanors because misdemeanors can't be dangerous. Assault is misdemeanor. Assault could be a misdemeanor, right? So police, you can use some type of force for misdemeanor. I'm not trying to justify what the cops did. I'm trying to understand us as black men. We have to look at this shit from all around because this is not an excuse to act like a brat like the nigga did. You know what I mean? You can get killed. You can get killed like that. You can get killed. You can get.
Ramil, I still stand on that. Like I said, I still say he definitely fucked up when the officer went to open the car door and he closed it back with his forearm. When he used the elbow to close the thing and keep the officer from doing that, then he actually broke a law because he was impeding investigation or detainment or whatnot, what have you. Okay, I agree with you there. but just leading up to it and everything, bro, with guns being drawn out and all this other shit. Me, I'm gonna keep my motherfucking hands up and out and like, hey man, anything y'all want did, y'all do it. I ain't gonna fight you. I ain't gonna do this. You reach in here, do everything you need to motherfucking do, bro, and we can do it that way. I'm not, hey, it is what it is. Because like it's fault on both ends to me. Like I said, the cops was fucked up, but Buddy was fucked up too because like you said, somebody put in the thing. Buddy was trying to go famous and go viral, which we both said, Ramil, the nigga got lucky. He played it right. This nigga, he finessed it. He definitely finessed it. He finessed it the right way. So you know.
Well, let me say one more thing. So here's the thing: if the distance was 2 miles, I don't think initially the cops overreacted. If it was like short distance or some bullshit, like a block or some shit, because the cops, when they said it was a felony traffic stop, they did obviously get that shit clearly wrong. If the distance was like a block or some shit, and he put over to a Weller area, then the cops was on some BS. But if it was 2 miles, I mean, come on, y'all, 2 miles, y'all, nothing, nowhere.
No, I mean, but he slowed down. He put his hazards on, like.
Hey, Ramil, you think
training? Okay.
And real quick,
I'm listening now.
MOT, just real quick, MOT, and I'm gonna kick it to you. I promise, man. Then we gotta get the can after MOT. Ramil, we talking 2 miles in a car, man, not on foot, bro. If you're going, just think about this.
But he's going slow though.
Listen to me, Ramil. Listen, Ramil. Even if you, let's say he reduces speed down to 30 miles per hour. All right, 30 miles per hour, Ramil. All right, so that's what? Then you divide that. That's literally 2 miles per minute. Right? Per hour, 60 is 60 minutes in an hour. So no, it's not. It wouldn't be 2 miles.
It's the opposite. It's 2 minutes per mile. 2 minutes,
2 minutes per mile. That's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying. So you cover a lot of distance, and people don't think about that when you're in a vehicle versus when you're on foot. So 2 miles seems like a lot on foot, but 2 miles ain't shit in a car, bro.
Well, if you're going, it depends on how fast or slow you're going, though.
That's what I'm saying. No matter how fast or slow you're going anything over 20 miles per hour, bro. Two hit 2 miles like nothing, man. You're going over 25, 40 miles per hour, bro. You hit 2 miles like nothing, and especially like you said, that fits in there, and it defeats the purpose of the evading or eluding if you have put your hazard lights on and you clearly reduced your speed, which shows up on the dash cam of the car.
We got to see about the hazards. We don't know if he put the hazards up when they initially put them over.
He knew.
Do we have the video of that, man? MOT, do we have the video of that?
I'm trying to find it. I'm gonna find it.
Yeah, because if I want to know, because like I said, if it was less than 2 miles, the cops was on bullshit. But if it's to me 2 miles, I made 16 blocks.
I am not going to give any impetus to unprofessional behavior from the police. In no case am I ever going to unprofessional behavior for the police. He said exactly why he did what he did. Given the climate in this country, the police don't have the benefit of the doubt. Listen, you got to be able to do this stuff in a way that makes sense, so that way everybody can go home, man. Because if that guy would have pulled over on a dark ass road with them barking orders and doing all that stupid shit, there ain't no telling how that shit would have ended up, man. He did the right thing by going to a well-lit area. He did the right thing. The 100% right thing. So I'm just saying, if you like the police are trained to know if somebody is eluding or if somebody is not eluding. If somebody has slowed down and they put their hazard lights on, they're trying to get to a specific location that's okay for both people. Do you know how many times police get smacked on the side of the road because they there and somebody don't pay attention and shit? That dude could get killed. That shit happens a lot.
Yeah, and cops here actually complain about that shit. Cops in VA, the fucking VA State Patrol, Highway Patrol actually complain about it, bro. And I done seen motherfuckers stop. He said, look, man, the next one of these motherfuckers goddamn don't get over, because, like you said, Ramil, speaking of the law, if the cop has somebody pulled over, it's the law for you as the driver to get a lane over if at all possible, and not drive and, put the cop at risk, his health at risk or whatnot, put him in danger. So I seen motherfuckers stop a goddamn ticket, bro, or whatever, over some little shit, hop in the cruiser and go track a motherfucker down for almost goddamn hitting them, man. So yeah, I mean,
it's like what's up, y'all? What's up, man? If I can get in real quick. So first thing I want to start by saying is the conversation is should be centered around the spirit of the law and the letter of the law. Right? So like Ramil read what is the letter of the law, black and white, right? Then you got spirit of law. We understand which is you're supposed to understand why that law is written, which is to prevent trying to evade the police, which is they hit you with the lights. They want you to pull over, at the first safest location, off the side of the road, yada 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 yada. Now, like what MOT was saying, from the outset, I'm going to side with the police. We're talking about 2 miles, and he's going at a slow rate of speed. I don't know exactly how far. Like I live in California. Okay, I'm gonna give you an example. You can have an earthquake. An earthquake might be 5 to 8 seconds. That motherfucker feel like it's like 10 minutes. It feels like a eternity, right? Now you pull somebody over, going at a slow rate of speed. He doesn't know that he's looking for a place that's safe, like what he said. For all this officer knows, he could be preparing for a shootout, getting his stuff loaded up, or he could be trying to hide evidence. You're talking about a tinted black truck. You don't know what's going on in that truck.
He could be looking for a lit fucking area to pull over to, man. What the fuck are you talking about?
Hey, man,
jumping from damn tag to loading gun magazines.
Bro, it's not your turn, bro. You done already been up here. Let the dude say what he got to say, bro, and then we'll go back. Goddamn.
Yeah. See again. The point is, you got this emotional dude right here. MOT already qualified that. Okay, I'm not disagreeing with it. We sit up here trying to have a conversation to try to say what could have been running through everybody's mind. Okay, so I'm just saying what could have been running through the policeman's mind when he tried to pull him over. He drove a little bit farther down. I actually agree with the Army vet did. I have no problem with what he did until once he said what happened, whatever, and he saw that the police officer was still determined to get this guy out the car, and the officer told me first he said you're under arrest. He said no, you're being detained, right? So he let him know I'm not arresting you, I'm detaining you. Maybe because now he got to see, okay, well you told me why you did it, but people say a lot of things. So now it went from I totally agree with everything that the military vet did to I feel like now you messing up. He tried to, like Fantastic, he tried to open the door, he closed it, and you compound things, you make it way worse. One last thing is I'm finna hop off. In that other situation, they actually played the video of that 20-year-old kid that got killed. They played the video today. I saw the video, and yeah, they played the video. Yeah, at the press conference, they played the video. And what happened was a woman, a female police officer, pulled out according to her, she said taser. She thought she pulled out her taser. She actually pulled out her firearm. She shot the guy one time, but again, it still come. Yeah, he died. Yeah, he did die. Yeah, and I know it's gonna be a point of contention because, like I said, she according to her, you hear her say taser. She pulled the trigger one time, shot the kid. Because the kid drove off. They were trying to serve I guess the same situation as this guy we're talking about. Pulled him over for expired registration or some menial thing, but then they ran, I guess, and found out that he had a warrant for his arrest. They're trying to arrest him. He decides he wants to fight, and this is kind of like what I'm talking about with the officer, military officer, right? I was with you until you start fighting the police. You can't get your life back. We have already proven in all these different cases, like a black man's life is worth more dead than alive, right? So you got to be very careful with how you handle these situations.
What was the police officer's response when he said he was scared to get out of the car? What did the cop say to him?
I don't remember.
He said you should be.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Thank you, guys. You have a good afternoon. Case closed.
All right. Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
What does that prove? What does that mean?
Yeah, listen, bro.
It means that you have unprofessional people on the scene who got guns drawn. They hit you with pepper spray, and they saying goofy, stupid ass shit. That dude is supposed to be scared and afraid for his life. That's not how you handle things in America as the police. As the police, you're supposed to be more professional than the citizens. Yes. If the guy asked the question simply, why did you pull me over? This is why we pulled you over. This is the reason. This is the rationale. It wasn't about that. It was about we mad as fuck that you took too long and you got pulled over. Why did you come here?
They should disregard the misdemeanor that was committed and just get out and walk up to the truck because like the other dude brought up a good point. They didn't know who was in the truck, bro. So
it doesn't matter, Ramil. That when you say
it absolutely does matter, bro.
That matters a lot. I'm trying to understand.
We gotta go one at a time. Go ahead, Ramil.
How does that not matter when you are following a car? And like I said, we don't know the distance yet, but if it's 1.5, 2 miles and you're following, we've seen a lot of slow police chases that end up very deadly. Like, are we not going to ignore all of this? So,
hey, and hold on, let me just say this, Ramil. So, Ramil, they're saying that 2-minute approximation. That's what I've seen from this tape. This is the long tape, the longest one I've seen for the whole thing from start to finish from what I've seen. So, and it's saying at 152, he's already popped out with his gun out.
Okay.
All right.
So how fast was he going?
It doesn't say. I thought it would have told me on the thing. I can't. It's not showing it. It's not dash cam footage. It's body cam footage. So it's not telling me the rate of speed of the cruiser. But yeah, I don't know if they could if they got dash cam footage.
If that would be a good to find, because like I said, if he drove like a block or something and pulled over, I'm cool. The cops they overreacted. It does. MOT can't drive. You can't. We don't know if he has his hazards on.
Ramil, if you have your hazards on and you're not speeding, like when you pull somebody over, if they're putting their hazards on and they're not breaking any traffic laws, they're leading you to an actual area to where they both feel safe. That's not a cause to call the shit a felony traffic stop. It's not.
I agree. It's not a felony traffic stop. I agree, but it's still a misdemeanor whether you put your hazards on or not, right? That's what the law says. And we don't know if the hazards are on. We don't know if we still got to figure out if the hazards turned on when they pulled them over. Okay. We got to figure that out first. Right?
Can I ask a question? Fantastic. You're from that area, right? Is it illegal for the police to ask a driver or demand that a driver on a typical traffic stop to ask them to get out of the car? Is that something? Is that illegal? Did anybody know if that's illegal?
No, it's not illegal at all. No, it's not. It's not illegal.
No.
Okay. So, I mean, listen. Again, to everybody that's doing the I don't know, man. Listen, this is my point. Both sides were fucked up. All right. MOT speaking from the point of where I said the fat cop fucked everything up.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
The fat cop made shit worse because the younger guy actually saw, oh shit, this is really getting out of hand, and he holstered his weapon, bro. So that's how I know that out of the 2 cops, 1 cop understood, oh shit, this dude is in a uniform, and it was just I'm pretty sure too he noticed that he couldn't see the tags. The tags were just there. They was just kind of I guess blocked by the tent. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So the cop, the back cop realized, oh shit, he ain't on no shit. This motherfucker in an army uniform. The chances of him being just this down, dirty criminal and drug dealer and all this other shit. Let me fall back because this gonna look bad if we go the way it's going. But like he said, even though he did it, the other cop was on that bullshit, bro. And again, the officer fucked up by not complying when he closed the door. The officer reached in, opened the door. He should have just let him get out. But then, like you said, he played it up too because he set his camera up. You can see to the point where he set his fucking camera up to pretty much, be the person of color that's being attacked by the fucking racist cops and shit. Which again, it worked in his favor.
Why does he have his gun out in the dude's face?
No, I'm with you on that. Both of them, it's been even worse, like I said, because and then he said the cop said a lot of provoking speech. You about to ride the lightning, and that's the man. His defense. He said, "Man, I don't know what the fuck that mean. I thought the motherfucker said he finna shoot me. So shit, hell no, I'm not about to fucking get out. Even though he had went to try to switch to his taser. And then the thing about it was, dude understand he was fucked up because he de-escalated while being an asshole because he saw the dude was in an army uniform. But he still, like MOT said, out of frustration for whatever reason, this motherfucker didn't pull over when we wanted him to pull over. So you finna learn tonight. Yeah. So I mean, again, it was I'm hit y'all with the Donald Trump. There were bad people on both sides. Y'all happy?
I mean, that fat cop was doing the most,
Y'all happy now?
Once they seen the army uniform, once they seen the uniform and they walk up to the truck, you know what I'm saying? That should have. I'm just saying when they pulled him over with the guns out, I don't think that was an overreaction if the nigga drove 1.5 miles. But when they walk up to the window and seen the nigga was an officer, I mean, yeah, the nigga was being a brat, but they didn't. I mean, I agree with that. They fat motherfucker, that nigga was, you know.
Yeah, his partner looked at him like, man, is this really necessary? Like, come on now. You could tell that, you know, the younger officer, he kept looking like, are you serious, bro? Like,
yeah.
You know, I know there's
there's
that code that they gotta kind of, you know, I gotta stay with him, and you know, you know, I can't, you know, show any kind of tension between, you know, me and my partner. I gotta back him up, but he's looking at his partner like, come on, man.
Yeah, and the fat fuck got fired. So I mean, again, man, like I said, man, don't be a dick, man. That whole shit, that being a dick shit is over with, bro. Like I said, everybody loses for the most part, bro. Like I said, I understand the law. Ramil, like you said, they had I'm not saying they didn't have a reason to pull him over. Again, obstruction of tags or not clear view of tags, that is a way, and like I said, misdemeanor, all these, then further compounded with him not immediately pulling over. Cool, I get it. But like I say, just escalating the shit, man, makes it more and more likely to, you know, some shit to go wrong, incredibly wrong. You know what I mean? Like fatally wrong. But speaking of fatal, we got my man Fatal Dose in the building. What's up, bro? Fatal, you there? There you go.
Page.
There you go.
Yeah, you going back and forth.
Unmuting, man.
Yeah, you muting, unmuting, bro. You ain't got Parkinson's. I know you getting towards old nigga territory. You all right? You good?
It might be he might be laggy, so he unmutes and it's kind of taking a few, you know, seconds to pick up the, you know, so he keeps pressing it.
Make sure he ain't got that down. Make sure he ain't got that you know, he ain't got that Muhammad Ali. But yeah, man, that's my whole thing, man. Listen, bro, this dude finna get paid regardless. I mean, you know, this officer, he finna get paid. I don't think there will be any type of repercussion on his end from the UCMJ or on at his job. It really shouldn't be. Like I said to y'all, you guys that don't know, I mentioned it slightly, but I didn't really want to go into details on it because, you know, if you say certain shit, motherfuckers might get word back and try to. But bro, they did a fish during the fucking middle and height of this Black Lives Matter bullshit, bro. I think I showed it to y'all. Did I show it to y'all? I think I showed it to y'all. I don't remember the stream, but bro, they had the fucking CNO of the Navy get out here and officially fucking and every other branch did the same thing and pretty much apologized to, you know, black black service members and all this shit. And it was cringy as fuck. But you know, so like
I understand that how the actual punishment of what you do in the military is based on your actual race for the most part. I'm gonna tell you, as a dude who seen a lot of people get court-martialed, not just NJP'd, not just Article 15, which I've seen people shoot other people and get a write-up. I've seen other people commit adultery and get prison time. I've seen people write checks and get prison time. It does matter what your race is, and the correlation of the punishment is always harsher if your ass is black for the most part. That is something that is documented. I mean, there's too many studies about it, especially in the Air Force. But
so can I ask you? Well, my bad. Man, it's Mark. Can I ask you a question? I'm kind of curious. So, I'm just trying to, you know, pick your brain a little bit. So I know you hate niggas, and you know what I'm saying. You don't fuck with the pookies and all the other stuff. I'm with it. Trust me. But
not just the ones. Wait. Let me qualify that.
Okay.
Right. I don't fuck with the pookies who's perpetuating the street image today. If you left all that shit alone and you own your shit, I ain't got no problem with you. Period.
Okay, I got
you.
You.
Just trying to pass this bullshit down to the next generation and shit. When you ain't got your shit together in life as a human being, then that's what I got a problem with. It isn't just being pookie, just that shit. It is.
Okay, cool. So when the police kill black men, you know what I'm saying, like the vast majority of the time, it's an active duty pookie. You know what I'm saying? So like the George Floyd situation and shit like this. So I'm kind of curious, like when they're killing those pookies that you don't mess with, why do you still have, like, you know what I mean, why you still care about that? Because those are the niggas you verbally said. You know what I mean?
No. I do want them dead, but at the end of the day, I don't want the police doing this shit.
You said I did. So you know what the I'm done.
MOT slaying the hammer and the goddamn and the axe man and wherever, man. Well, hey, I guess let them kill each other, man. He say, hey, it's all good as long as they're doing it to each other. Out there, Indigenous TV again.
I'm like this. I'm like this. Look, if the police have the power to do that, then they have the power to do it to me. I don't want the police doing that shit. I want the police to do police shit because they at work. They're at work. They're at work. They've been paid by me and you. Like, you would not have anybody come to your community who's a security guard who would do something like this in your community. You should have the ability to fire this motherfucker. I'm like, hold up. We can't allow this person here. So yeah, that's what it is. So I mean, no, that's a distinction. So.
Okay, cool. And I had another question. I can't remember right now. I'll come back to it.
Hey, shout out to Indigenous TV for the 5. The real crime was how far that cop's belly stuck out. There's no way police should ever be that kind of condition physically. Hey, and that was the same thing happened.
See, that's another thing.
It happened to the dude that got shot in Tennessee. The dude with a girl shot.
Yeah.
Badass cops, man. Like, yeah, bro. You like, yeah. But Fatal, you back, man? You good to go, Fatal?
Yeah, man. It told me out. Can you hear me?
Yeah, clear. Loud and clear.
Yeah, it said I was still backstage when you were calling me, and I couldn't get in for some reason. All right, but anyway, this is Biden's America, man. Because when the last guy was in office, every time something like that happened, who did they blame? The last guy, right? So Biden is creating the environment that allows these police officers to behave the way they are, because he's not clamping down. He's not telling them to shut it up and behave themselves. This is Biden's America, where Negroes are getting harassed by racist white motherfucking cops because of Joe Biden not stepping up as the president and shutting the shit down.
He can't do that. That's not his job to do.
Bullshit, because they demanded the last motherfucker to do it. They demanded the last guy to do it.
They were doing it to Trump, so let's keep it 100.
Bullshit.
It's just America. Cops are able to kill people, kill Negroes under Trump. They were doing that, MOT. I mean, come on now.
Because Trump was saying that you should be rough with these people.
No, Trump passed an executive order to fix the chokehold that allegedly. Hold on, Trump didn't act. Okay, come on, MOT now.
So what's the executive order from Biden saying the cops can't pull Negroes over, can't stop and frisk? Where's the executive order from Biden? We have Kamala Harris in the vice presidency. Where is it working out for us? This is Biden's America, people.
Fatal dose. What political party are you a part of?
Doesn't matter. I'm a black man living in America in fear for my goddamn life of these police officers. I'm in fear of my goddamn life.
Come on,
yo, every time I see a cop, I got a panic.
Come on, man.
I got a panic attack.
Are you serious?
Every time I see I'm on my goddamn side. I might get shot going outside tonight. And goddamn Joe Biden and Kamala Harris haven't done goddamn shit about it.
For your behalf? What? You
oh, hell no.
Side you're on?
I'm on my side. I'm on Fatal Dose side.
All right, man. You have a really nice day, Fatal Dose, man. You have a really nice day, man.
Yeah, I'm not on either side. I'm just kind of trolling, but I mean,
man, I got it.
But I do, when it comes to the police, though, I think, like I said, man. It was another question I had to ask you. So, man, tomorrow, you think that like racism plays a part in the police that's doing all this crazy stuff, or does it need to be new police training, or?
I think that let's say that the big guy who caused all this shit. Let's say that you are in an environment where you get away with that type of shit over and over. You just get more and more brazen with the shit until it turns into death. That's what the actual environment used to be. The environment used to be you could just do this shit all you want to, and there's really no consequences for the shit. Because if you actually go to any police unit and try to complain about a cop, they will be they would get mad as fuck at you.
Yeah, they ain't gonna give you that paper. Wait over there.
Hell no.
Now that is true.
Everything in the world except for give you that paperwork.
Yeah, I try to get a complaint. They gonna give you all types of runaround. That's facts. That's
yeah. So if you're used to getting away with this type of shit and protecting that type of power, it's just get more and more out of control. And here's the thing. You only need one asshole to show up to a traffic stop for the whole traffic stop to go haywire. Like in this case. Like, listen, walk up to the guy. Listen, because here's the thing. The insurance company is not going to lie. The truck dealership is not going to lie. And the registration department with the state ain't going to lie. It's either your ass do got plates or your ass don't got plates. Period. This is not something that guns need to be drawn over. And it's not a felony traffic stop because you don't know the dude's criminal history and he's not evading you. He's going to a well-lit area. So it's like, look, yes, savage rate recovery is, that's another thing. It's a class thing. At the end of the day, if this shit was over in a rich-ass community, he may have got pulled over, but if that was a fucking BMW and he was like in, I don't know. Okay, let's use Denver as a good example. You know, if he was like in Boulder, in like a good ass area in Boulder, plate or no plate, the dude not getting pulled over. Plate or no plate, he would just follow them, put the lights on. Look,
they can drive in those areas with no real license plates at all.
No, you can, but it's just that
that's I'm asking.
What the clientele is, depending on what the clientele is, the police are not gonna act like that because they know that community has a lot of power and they can get a cop fired in a heartbeat. Like rich people get cops fired all the fucking time. Poor people don't have that type of clientele to do that shit. But if you're like in a rich area and these are like some of the people who boost the club motherfuckers for the police and they got all this shit on the back of their car that says that they die and they end up being a victim, nah, man, they ain't having that shit at all.
Hey, shout out to West M for the 5. That cop got fired. Last name is Gutierrez, which is a common Latino name. Why did they place him as a white guy? Yeah, if they saying that dude is white, this nigga here is eating all the tacos, burritos, enchiladas, and guacamole. Okay, I could see the Mexican in him. Well, excuse me, I don't want to be racist. I can see the Hispanic in him, bro. I can see the Spanish oozing out his skin. So yeah, man. It's definitely some race angle being played with the shit, man. But the dude himself, like you said, shout out to TVA is fucking obnoxious and not TVA, but Trey. As much as obnoxious that the nigga was, he was right. The dude's not black. We say this shit. We had this argument all the time. We can't just do a claiming niggas and make the nigga a nigga because you know he brown skinned. I mean, I know y'all seen that hair and shit, and I think he said his name also was some type of Hispanic on the end. I think.
Isn't he black and Latino or something like that?
Something like that. I don't know. He like Afro Latino, but the nigga he got some nigga in him, but he ain't 100% nigga. So the whole thing, man, in this thing is just like, you know, it's extremely complex. Oh shit, who the hell is scratching the record? Okay, but either way, we got my man King Sigma in the building. What's going on, King Sigma?
Hey, what's up, Mr. Fantastic panelists? You know, I was, reading the chat, listening to you guys, and the thing that keeps coming back to my mind when it comes to these cop killings is that I'm just curious to know, when will black men themselves realize that when you engage with a police officer, the only response is complying with the cop. Your life is in danger, even if you do comply. So to minimize the risk, it should be yes, sir, no, ma'am, no, sir, yes, sir, until you get a chance to escape from that dangerous situation and you can begin the process of filing lawsuits, doing whatever you need to do with the civilian police review authorities, going through that process. Because I've been through that process myself. And I learned the hard way that you may believe that you're exercising some kind of authority when you're there on the street, but if you're like me and you were lucky enough to walk away from a incident like that where you were innocent, that sticks with you for a long time, because you have to realize that these are state-sanctioned killers. And the chances of a white cop being convicted of killing a black man, it's low in America. And we're about to see, because in the state of Minnesota, you saw what happened with the situation with the black cop who killed the white woman a year ago. He was the first police officer to ever be convicted and sentenced for killing a civilian while wearing the uniform on duty. Now we have a situation a year later where you have the white cop who killed George Floyd. So we're about to see in the next 10 to 14 days what the outcome of that case is. But my whole thing is that these black men get killed, certain people get paid, certain people become famous, certain people are buying houses and signing book deals, but no one says, hey, that black man is dead. He will never see another day again. And I think that a black man, when you engage with any police officer, your first goal should be to stay alive. And the second, if you feel that you were wronged, then you go file that complaint. But walk away alive, bro, because these people don't give a fuck about you.
And I 100% agree, man. Walk away alive and get that bag, get that money, and hit him in them pockets, man.
And I also want there to be, with the same type of shit, I still want people to fight for police to have more accountability, because you can act your way all you want to, but if these people are still going to go overboard and do stupid shit and don't have any type of consequences, I'm with bringing consequences to the fucking police. I'm with having these motherfuckers being licensed, bonded, and insured. When if you pull somebody over for no fucking reason, if you cite the wrong fucking thing, your actual insurance rate should go up. I don't want these people having that type of protection. I want them to have the hardest fucking job possible. So that way you attract the right type of people to the job. Now you can attract the wrong type of people to the job as long as you start letting people get away with shit. Yeah, man, that fucks up people's heads and make them think that they're going to do all this other shit. But there was people who did exactly what you said, King Sigma, and they still ended up dead.
But you're black.
So what do you do in that case?
Well, I'm a big fan of overturning qualified immunity. I don't think that these police officers should have qualified immunity, and I think some cities are already doing that, but it's probably going to take a federal act to do it at that level for the whole country. But my thing, like I said, you're a black man in America, so even if you do comply, your life is at risk. Is what I'm saying. I was in that situation where I was just sitting in the car with my girl, and we just happened to be in the right place at the wrong time, and it was in the middle of the day, and a police officer came up to our window with his gun drawn and his partner on the rear of the car, and was knocking on the window, gun drawn. I mean, we're just shook. And I'm like, what's the problem, officer? We heard someone was selling drugs back here. And I'm looking around. This is like on a weekday, middle of the day. And I'm like, well, there's no drug dealers around here. And he's in the car. Then he's like, get out the car. And me being the foolish young man I was at that time, because I was, 20 years old or something like that. And I'm just trying to I'm angry. You know what I'm saying? Like, my rights are being violated. I haven't done anything. You don't have a warrant. You don't have any probable cause. You're just looking for someone. And it could have got really bad in that situation because I was really angry. You know what I'm saying? That I'm sitting there talking to my girl and this guy knocking on the window, you know what I'm saying, with his gun drawn. I was pissed, but that was emotions. And now that I look back on that, I could have ended up just like George Floyd, anyone else. So my advice would always be, get that badge number. If you can record it, but just get that badge number, get that card number. And the first thing in the morning, go file a police report, go talk to a lawyer, go through that process. So you can end up dead, even if you do comply, is what I'm saying. But it's less risky if you don't.
I'm saying that just completely acting your way out of this shit without black men or all men organizing together to stop this bullshit, this unprofessional behavior, because that was unprofessional behavior that you actually witnessed, man. Like, dude, you can't go around in the military doing this type of shit. I've seen it 4 times, and all 4 times the motherfuckers got court-martialed. All 4 of them.
And that's a money thing that you're referring to. Because again, in my situation, I actually
I'm talking about court-martial. I'm talking about federal shit, or when I was part of the feds. Every time I seen somebody do that type of shit, they got in trouble for it. Lots of trouble for it.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm saying is that we got to start bringing these people under a level of responsibility, not just to acting your way out of the shit, which is fine, but they're professionals and they're at work. We can't.
He got fired though, right? So he did.
Yeah, he got fired.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, later on. I mean, this shit happened December 5th, and he just got fired a couple of days ago or some shit. So that's what I'm saying. The dude got away with it. Who knows how many people he ran into after that shit? I think he did that to a person in uniform. That's what I'm saying.
You're talking about to do what you're saying, you're gonna have to get a federal law passed to overturn qualified immunity, to make the police themselves liable, which I do see as something that's most likely coming, because with all these cities having to pay out 10 million, 20 million, and I'm quite sure if a white man gets killed, it'll be the biggest settlement. If a white man ever gets killed in one of these situations, probably 50 million. The cities are going to start saying, you know what, we got to take the qualified immunity away from these cops. They're costing us too much money. We're going to make them liable and then put them under the kind of court-martial jurisdiction that you're talking about. But to do that, we're going to have some kind of federal action happen, man.
Yep, and we should have it, because Joe Biden is unilaterally seizing all the guns with federal action. So he can do the same thing. He could do the same thing and rein in these goddamn cops who's killing innocent black men. I am tired of seeing innocent black men getting gunned down in the streets. We need Joe Biden to do what he promised. He promised to take care of this. I want to see Joe Biden do what the hell he ran on.
Okay.
Black lives do matter, and he needs to prove it.
Okay. So I'm going to go over it again, because you just said a lot of things. What party are you supporting?
I'm supporting the Fatal Party over at my crib. My party. I'm about me. I want to see me live through the day. Who? What was that?
To the side. Yeah. You just can't say I'm an independent. Even if you are an independent, you're still going to have to side with one or two of the major parties to get whatever stuff inside your head passed.
Now, I don't give a damn who's in office. I just want to live.
Okay. You don't care who's in office, but you want Biden to fix everything.
He's in office right now. He needs to fix it. My man Biden promised me he was going to fix this shit.
All right, it's on Savage.
I gotta go, man. Let me get up out of here, man.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, every time one of you people start talking about politics, I'm gonna ask you what side you on. And if you don't say shit, I'm just gonna pull up on your ass and just laugh at your dumb ass. I'm out of here, fantastic. Thanks, man.
All right, bro, no problem.
Emil,
peace out, man.
Fredo Dose and King Sigma and Savage. You have a nice one.
All right, man.
Peace out, man. Peace. This nigga Big Truck over here about to get in the car crash trying to. Big Truck, why you always streaming and driving, bro? Like, you don't even got a clip. It's in your hand. You got the phone in your hand. You don't even got a clip or nothing.
Listen, if the cops pull me over, I'm going to demonstrate for everybody the proper way to do a police procedure. So,
hey, hold on, man. It's on Savage, man. Go ahead, Savage. Savage, is on you.
Well, see, I don't think this point's been addressed, okay? So if white people don't get killed and they don't get tickets and they don't get assaulted and they don't get bad treatment, why don't we just go white chicks from now on? Why don't we just dress up as white people and everything should be okay?
Dude, what are you talking about?
He's saying that he's being sarcastic. He's saying white people get fucked up too by the police. That's what you're trying to say, right? White people still get messed up by the police as well.
Of course, we just don't get get the fucking news.
Yeah, no one cares, man. It's tough being a white guy right now, man. I know. I feel your pain, man.
I'm beyond, man. Yeah, but
more white dudes are killed than black people. So
I think the important thing to remember,
because there's more white people in the country. That's why.
Y'all gotta be very careful with that. I keep hearing cats say, "Well, more white people get." Bro, in order for it to be equivalent, like I just told little Big Nate, 2,200 white men would have to get killed every year for it to be equal, because they're like 6 or 7 times more white men than there are black men.
Okay, you know what? I've seen plenty of videos.
Big Truck, wait. But Sigma, hold on, Sigma. So Sigma, this is the issue and the problem, though. So this is where the math gets funny, right? So there's 2 ways of doing it. You do it by the raw numbers. You do it by the per capita numbers. You do it by the per capita numbers. Black people, of course, going to always be at more because there's less of us. But then what people don't do is, well, okay, what percentage of the crimes are black people committing? When you look at the percentage of the crimes that black people committing like half, 50% of the crimes, man. So even though black people only make up 13% of the population, you're committing 50% of the crime. So that throws both of the things out of the window because you're saying, okay, well, in order for it to be equal, you have to have 6 times as many arrests for white people, but at the same time, if you do the per capita inverse of crimes committed, you know what I'm saying, versus what's the name? Now black people are higher in committing crimes than per capita and raw numbers, both. You feel what I'm saying?
That's not. Now you make a good point. That is a factor, but here's the thing. There's also plenty of evidence that comes from the courts themselves saying that blacks are over-policed and arrested at a higher rate for the same crimes, receive harsher punishments for the same crime. This is a fact as well. We can just look at the.
Hold on, but if you're talking about the law, yeah, and the court system, we do get fucked up more. But Fantastic's right, because at first I used to think like that too. But when you look at it, black people are committing more crimes. So if you really look at it, police ain't really killing like niggas like that. When you compare the crime rate, when you pick, we do commit 52% of the murders.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So listen, and that's what I'm saying. This is where it gets real tricky, and I understand we have to have a honest conversation. And shout out to Savage for bringing this up again. Right now, I mean, hey, Savage, heavy head wears a crown, man. You're a white dude. You got to, hey, it is what it is. You can't be on top forever, goddamn it. Hey, it is. You got to take the good with the bad. All right.
Wait. I wasn't saying that it was hard for white people. There was a comment that was said that qualified immunity would stop because a white person would get a big lawsuit if they got killed. That's not the case. We don't get the publicity that other races get when bad shit happens. If that was the case, why would anytime there's a Hispanic male that kills a black guy, they say he's white. It's never in the reverse. You never have them pretending that someone is white when it's in a positive way.
No, you're right. And hold on, to your point, Savage. Like I said, let me say, Savage, to your point, black people kill twice as many white people as white people kill black people, and that's been consistent over at least a 5-year basis. So I'm agreeing with you. And like I said, Ramil, and to the point of Ramil and Sigma, this is why I say there is no cut and dry right or wrong answer, because yes, Sigma, from what you're saying, you look at the numbers, you look at the data, say black people are over policed. Then you go to Ramil's point. Why are they over policed? They're over policed because the motherfuckers commit more crimes. And then even the recidivism rate and violent crime and all these different things and whatnot, what have you, again, man, is just on a whole nother level.
But hold on, Fantastic. Though he said that like people don't claim to be white when it's something positive.
No, that's not what he said. He said what he said is whenever something happens in the negative, even people that are Hispanic are classified as white.
Police right there. You want me to prove my point?
But Hispanics,
there's some cops right there.
Most Hispanics in America, the majority,
Big Chuck, show us what's up, man. Go
consider themselves white on their actual birth certificates and their IDs. They actually classify themselves as white. Many Latinos classify themselves by default as white.
Well, that's what he's saying though. Whenever it's in the favor of continuing the racism narrative or whatnot, what have you, they're going to classify them as white. But let's say they're the first Hispanic person to do something or whatnot, what have you, from the positive. Then they put the positive as them being Hispanic. That's what he's saying.
Oh, but I was saying that no, I'm not talking about the powers that be. I'm saying that white Latinos themselves often classify themselves as white.
Yes,
yeah,
yes, but the Hispanic cop that got fired, he didn't classify himself to the media as white. George Zimmerman didn't say, "Hey, I'm a white man that shot this black teenager." The media said he was white. Like, my point of it is if qualified immunity was going to get destroyed for white people getting killed by the police, then the woman that got shot 2 months before George Floyd died in the same city, when she called saying that her house was being broken into and she was standing in her front yard in her PJs, and the cop got spooked by her being outside and shot her and killed her, no one rioted. It didn't hit the national news. Qualified immunity wasn't destroyed. The family didn't get a crazy big payment. Like,
what? The family in the Justine Diamond case got the biggest settlement in the history of all these killings. What are you talking about?
No, there was a woman.
Wait, King Sigma. Maybe at the time, how much was it?
At the time, I think she got like 25 million.
Well, they just beat that with what's name? He just got 27.
But they just beat it. I'm saying that at that time, that was the highest settlement with a city for the killing of a civilian by a cop in history. What are you talking about?
And that was the African cat, right? The dude was like,
Muhammad Noor.
Yeah.
He killed the white woman Justine Diamond. It was the biggest settlement. So one of the reasons why there's no rioting has to do with the fact that in these situations, it's assumed that white people, and it doesn't mean that it can be right or wrong, but it's assumed that they will get justice, that they will have the funds or be able to raise the funds to get the proper representation to make sure that they get their fair day in court, that they get their civil lawsuit, which they did. This is an assumption in America. Doesn't mean that it's 100% right, but this is an assumption and a privilege that comes with whiteness. You just sit up here and say, well, they didn't get anything. They got the highest payment in history, but the news didn't report on it because, again, this does kind of lean to what you're saying. There's a lot of good things that come with being white, but then when there is an injustice, that's a valid injustice, no one cares because there's so much of an overrepresentation on the other side of the equation. So I agree with you that often when something wrong does happen to a white person, no one cares. But that is because over time people say, hey, they're going to get their justice. They're going to get the right representation.
King Sigma, allow me to point out that the cop that shot Justine Damone Noor, he got more time than that white bitch that broke into that black guy's apartment and shot Bob.
She on appeal. She might be getting out. Amber Guyger might be. She on appeal right now.
Fucking head off. Let
You're not gonna do that, Truck.
Man, Big Truck, you gotta calm down. You out there, you gotta calm down.
Let one of these bitches break into my fucking house, and when that fucking bitch sees that fucking AR-15 in her face, let's see her try that shit.
Yeah, but that goes more to gender privilege than it goes to.
Oh, that chick Amber Guyger getting off on appeal, bro.
You think she gonna beat the appeal?
I think she about to beat it and get off on appeal, bro. I'm sorry to tell y'all, man.
I don't think so. I think they'll be right.
I can tell you this. The worst thing, dumbass niggas, and I blame you niggas in Minnesota now. If they do let him off, which I think they was going to do it anyway, I don't think it was going to let him off. I think it was going to be a hung jury. They weren't going to be able to get him on either one of the murder charges, but they could have got him on the misdemeanor at best. But now that y'all went ahead and burned the city down, you know, it's taking all the pressure off of the jurors to be like, hey, I'm going to be responsible for rioting and looting and the city being burned down.
Excuse me, fantastic. There are other cities to burn down. Keep that in mind.
Well, no. Well, the only ones you're worried about are the ones you're in, and now that the fucking, you know, the citizens of the same town that's having a fucking actual trial right now is tearing shit up and trying to burn shit down. Now that takes the pressure and the guilt trip off of the jurors as them being responsible for it, regardless of their or being responsible for it if they give a not guilty verdict.
Dude, Trump's not getting off.
Matter of fact, fantastic. What do you think? What do you think gonna happen with that trial?
He's getting found guilty of something.
A Big Truck, and your ass won't bet me for a reason.
Yeah, I won't bet you for a reason because I don't feel like having to take all your money away from you and then you be upset for another couple of weeks.
No bullshit. And $100 is nothing.
Look, my gas tank is screaming out for me to bet you.
Ramil, this was gonna happen. So they can't prove either one of the murder charges, bro. That was just for the sake of the please the public.
They're gonna get Chauvin on something.
No,
I don't know how they're gonna get him.
Hold on, fantastic. You think he walking away scot free? Like
listen, hear me out. I don't think he's walking scot free. I think it's gonna be a hung jury on the misdemeanor. It's gonna be a hung jury on the misdemeanor. It might be a hung jury on all three, but I would see him getting acquitted of not guilty on the 2 murder charges and a hung jury or whatnot on the fucking misdemeanor, and them trying to retry it for just the manslaughter. I keep saying misdemeanor.
He's gonna walk away,
bro.
That dude is going to prison. Y'all keep thinking that.
Y'all should bet on that because I don't know. Y'all should bet on that. I don't know.
He's not. I'll bet on him getting off on the murder.
I'll think about it when I'll think about it when I get home.
I think that he'll get the manslaughter, but not in the way that Big Truck is probably asking for, because you have to understand that he was a cop. He's a white man. He probably doesn't have a criminal record. So even if it was got the manslaughter charge, which is max 10 years in Minnesota and a $20,000 fine, my belief is that he would probably end up doing something similar to like a year and a halfway house kind of thing, where he's on minimum security, then maybe a year on house arrest with the ankle bracelet, and then a year doing community service. And then they would probably end up waiving the fine because his wife done left him He's broke now. He'll probably file bankruptcy. So in my opinion, I would be shocked if they put him in even a county jail for more than 6 months. I just don't think this can happen. But it's very much more likely that Mr. Fantastic is right and that there's some kind of hung jury.
Yeah, it's a hung jury, bro. I know people are extremely. I'm gonna get you in here in a second, Fatal. I know people are extremely emotional and enthralled over this case or whatnot, bro. It's just been too many holes poked into reasonable doubt, man. Like these were all the state's witnesses. States paid these people, tens of thousands and all kinds of money to come through and give testimony. Everything from I think pulmonary specialists to fucking physicists and all this crazy shit or whatnot, what have you. And whenever the cross examination for the defense, they all said, man, that, like I said, it was due the drugs and his medical condition played a huge part in it. But go ahead, Fatal.
Yeah, we talked about this before, right? The fact that the law has specifics on what murder is and what manslaughter is, right? And the fact of the matter is this case does not fit the charges that they gave this man, right? And you may have a hung jury on the manslaughter, but I can bet based on the law, he's going to be found not guilty of the murder charges.
Yeah, there's no way. There's no way they can find him guilty on the murder charges, man. No way.
Yeah, not by the text of the law. If you read second-degree murder unintentional and third degree, if you just read the text, it'll give you the answer in itself, because the way that the laws are written, there's certain thresholds that have to be met. And unfortunately, the nature of the George Floyd situation, I've been following the case and you've all been following the case. I want this guy to fry. You know what I'm saying? Because I watched the 9 minutes of what he did. What he did was some evil.
Did that kill him though? Did that kill? Was that the reason why George Floyd died in your opinion?
Yes, that's now you ask my opinion of what I know from the facts.
Well, because we got, we not gonna really know to the court.
Well, that's what I'm saying. The facts are. There's a lot of facts, man.
Like we talking about my opinion versus the facts. You know what I'm saying? Like my opinion.
So what's the fact then? What happened how did he die? What's the fact?
Based on what I'm saying, that there was a chain of events that because I've been watching the trial and they haven't been able to 100% say that it was the knee. Now, my opinion is that it was the knee 100%. I saw the whole tape from all angles everyone has now through the trial, but based on other things that they're claiming that he had drugs in his system. You know what I'm saying? They're claiming that he had fentanyl.
It wasn't claimed, brother. It was proved on a toxicology report. So he had the fentanyl in his system. He had the amphetamine in his system. Like you said, it's a series of events that led up to his death.
Yeah, it's a series, and that's when you're talking about from a legal standpoint. You're looking at the chain of events. So I'm trying to tell you that I'm sorry that I have to lean more with Mr. Fantastic because I want to see this guy fry. I watched the video over and over. I can't watch anymore because what he did was way beyond his. It was excessive force, but I don't think the excessive force charge was put on him. See, something like that he would have been found guilty of easily, like excessive force, maybe even negligent homicide or something like that. But the way that these charges were, second degree, third degree, unintentional.
King Sigma, I gotta ask you, you're very well expert opinion on this because you're very analytical. So do you feel like the prosecution purposely charged it that way so it is a better chance of him not getting convicted?
No, I don't think that they purposely. I think that what happened is that, like what you just were talking about earlier, what has happened, we've created this environment of emotion and fear. And so I think they just were just putting something out there. They rushed instead of taking their time because remember, we got to remember at this time last year, all the rioting was going on.
Well, this is my thing, and this was because remember at one point in time they had taken away the third degree and then they put it back.
Mm-hmm.
So this is what I said. The reach of this case is going to be very, very important, and this is why I say they can't really afford for him to be found guilty on anything. Because if he's found guilty on anything, this case will be used as precedence to hold police officers responsible in any accidental death or any police custody death that happens under police custody, and you're literally going to have a national flood. You're going to have a flood of cases being filed against the state or being filed against the cities because of officers' actions and all these different things. So that's why I say, man, it's a lot of point shaving going on if you really actually pay attention
Fantastic. Based on what you just said, that's exactly why he's going to be found guilty. He's going to be found guilty because they're going to have to make it a note that that level of excessive force not only is not going to be tolerated, but you will be prosecuted for it as well.
But here's the problem, though, Big Truck, is that I would believe now if they hadn't had the toxicology report that came back saying he had drugs in his system, I would 100% agree with you. But the fact that they found this other information, you know, that's why I think it's going to be harder than you think to get
a drugs or no drugs, he'd still be alive.
Well, I don't know. Did y'all see the video of him?
The Big Truck. Here's the thing, though. Some amount of force is acceptable. So what the defense is saying is that the level of force used would have been normal had he not had the drugs in the system.
Yep.
I'm talking from a legal standpoint, Big Truck, not my feelings, not our opinions. I'm saying the way that they're presenting the case is that if he had not had the drugs in his system, he would be alive regardless.
Yeah, had his heart been healthy, had his heart and his health been healthy and normal things, the level of oxygen needed and everything else on his system, he would not have died due to underlying and previous medical conditions. That's what they're saying had played a major part. And again, the police handling him and trying to restrain him put him in a stressful situation as to where his body just couldn't keep up. But we got Jessica X in the building. What's going on?
What's going on? Fantastic. One,
you got it.
I want to say when you look at because the knee on the neck it's an acceptable use of force for the police, right? But the reason that the use of force was excessive is because the technique that you have to use, you're not allowed to use your full body weight on somebody. You're not on the neck. And what you see in the clip is that you see Derek Chauvin, his foot comes off the floor, his knee is on his neck, his foot comes off the floor, which tells us that his full body weight is pressing down on George Floyd's neck. So he didn't follow procedure. He didn't follow procedure. I said it before last time that we spoke. George Floyd was passed out. He was unconscious. He still kept his foot on his neck. He kept his knee on his neck for a further 2 minutes. But what I really wanted to come up and talk about was you were saying that this is going to set precedents in that if Chauvin is found guilty, then we're going to have all of these different cases coming up, and there are going to be a lot of implications for the police. That's where I don't agree, because when we look at the majority of police deaths, they're caused by police shooting people, right?
Yeah.
And we've had people who have filed cases for wrongful death against the police for shooting somebody unjustly. But what that hasn't have, guess what? The police still use their guns. The police are still able to do that, and it hasn't caused a flurry of lawsuits. Everything's relatively stayed the same. So I don't think it's going to be this major overhaul in the legal system when it comes to unjustified deaths.
Well, no. Actually, like I said, that further helps my point, especially when you're using quote unquote non-lethal force, where you're not using guns and it's anything where a person's been restrained or apprehended in the process of trying to be taken into custody. That's going to be the one. So I agree with you as far as the guns and whatnot, what have you. Of course, you're never going to be able to stop them from using guns. But specifically for the case where, like, what was the guy's name? I always forget it. But the brother got choked out in New York, and that I think they got a settlement for that case. They settled for his case, even though the cop was found not guilty. Every case as where a person was in the process of getting apprehended by the police through physical means, and that person passed away, I promise you, there will be lawsuits left, right, up, down, side to side, any and every which way. Promise you, guaranteed.
So, are we getting to the stage? Just quickly, are we getting to the stage where we're going to say we're going to ignore the fact that somebody was murdered because there's going to be a lawsuit that could possibly arise in the future? Is that where we're getting to?
Well, I'm telling you the bigger picture. Yeah, that's what it is. I mean, listen, when you're looking at this thing from a complete and total, not just an individual case, you got to trust and believe, man. There are much bigger hands in this pot and at play here. This case, like I said, there was a white dude that died the same way years ago. No one cared. Nobody gave a fuck. Only reason we're having this trial is because it was visible, and it's the racial tension thing. So again, should the guy have died? No. Should the kid have died? No. In the same place that I'm saying about this situation with the Army officer, at some point in time, he could have complied and made things a whole lot easier. Had he not closed the door of the car when the cop went to open his door and get him out, he still would have been able to file a report and file whatever for illegal search and seizure if it applied. But since he decided to take his forearm and shut the door back, at that point, he fucked up and escalated it to the next level. You see what I'm saying? It's the same thing with the George Floyd situation. Again, once you're being apprehended, once you decide to resist arrest, and then the police have to forcefully try and take you into custody, well, you created the situation yourself. So even from that situation, I mean, that's an argument that the defense could easily use, but you don't want to use it because you know it's a highly emotional case. Had he just complied and he was already put in the car and not tried to kick his way out and all these different things, we wouldn't be here today. You see what I'm saying? But it's a multifaceted and multi-layered situation when you look at it in totality.
I get that George Floyd did wrong. He committed a crime, but that in itself is a dangerous precedent to set when you say that just comply. No matter what happens, just comply. Even if the police are doing wrong or you're being unfairly targeted, just comply, because at the end of it, you get to file a lawsuit, or you can bring up this report, that report.
Yeah, and you live.
But that doesn't work.
Right.
We know that
What's the
system doesn't
alternative?
work.
Right.
Jessica, the situation in America is a little bit different, though. America's a little bit different. So the reason that we tell black men to comply is because we are black men, and we've seen too many black men die on the streets. So you can't hold court on the streets because it's the police officer's word against yours. The body cam thing just now came about in the last 2 years. Prior to that, it was the police officer's word against you as a black man. And again, that can go bad even when you do comply. So that's why we tell brothers to comply, because we've seen the results over and over when they don't. Now, to the point about George Floyd, you got to understand with American law, something that's different from American law than British law. British law does more bench law than jury trials and adversarial. So it depends on at least three factors: the choice in lawyer, reasonable doubt, and reasonable person. Those are three things that are different from Britain. In Britain, there's much more judge law, and the way that crime is punished and judged is differently in British. In America, a defense lawyer can get you off on technicalities that are in the law itself. So when you talk about excessive force, you have to understand, American law says that a cop has a certain amount of leeway as a cop in determining what is reasonable force. Now, the prosecution will say it was excessive. You and I may agree it's excessive, but the defense attorney will say, well, hold on. Let's put this into context. George Floyd was 6'5", 225. Derek Chauvin is 5'8", 140 pounds. Now, to you and I, we're like, F that. We don't care. But under the laws as they've been written and the court precedent here, they will take that into consideration depending on your defense attorney. That's why you had a defense attorney like Johnny Cochran, who was one of the greatest criminal lawyers. He could get people off in America, but in Britain, you wouldn't get off because the judges have much more power in the UK law system than in America. In America, the lawyers themselves have a lot of sway that they don't have in Britain. So I think that's what Mr. Fantastic is pointing to, that it's a difference in the way that the laws are. So your perspective is going to be a little different because the judges there have way more power in Britain to make determinations. Here, a very smooth, masterful lawyer can get you off, not because you're innocent, but you're not guilty by the standards of American courts of reasonable doubt. That's a powerful thing in American law. Is there reasonable doubt? And a good defense lawyer will say what I just said. They'll say, he was only 5'8", 140 pounds. George Floyd is 6'4", 225, playing on the stereotypes of the vicious, brutish black man. Is this right? Of course not, it's not right. But is it the reality of America, and can it sway a jury? Yes, it can.
We want to get into those arguments. You know, I get what you're saying, but then we could very well, if you have a good lawyer on the other side, you could sway it in the other direction and say that the crime that George Floyd committed that day that led to his death was the fact that he was a big black man. That's the crime that he committed, something that he couldn't help. He can't help his size. He has no say in that. But what people do have a say in, and what is a choice, is the level of force that that officer used against him. And I can understand that George Floyd might be perceived as a threat, being 6'5", 200 and something pounds. But once that threat has been neutralized, you have to have the ability to use what's discretion and say that that level of force is no longer needed. And that's not what happened here. And we can say if he did have that discretion, then it's a possibility that George Floyd would still be alive today.
And that's true what you just said, but here's why I say again, American legal system is different, because you said neutralize. Again, America is an adversarial system, so it's your word as a prosecutor against mine as a defense attorney. The defense attorney gets up there and he says, you see 9 minutes of this tape. Now he's going to say to the jury, he was never neutralized until the 9th minute. That's what he'll say, and they'll say it was the heart mummer that killed him. See what I'm saying? In America, it's who can convince the jury the best. And what you're saying, I 100% agree with you. You can't choose to be 6'7", 250 or whatever George Floyd was. But unfortunately, within the context of America in 2021 and that case, this is what we have to deal with, the facts of the context that we're in. That a big black guy like that, there's been billions and billions of dollars pumped into creating the image of the black male brute. So George Floyd will get punished or deducted some points because he fits the stereotype that's been in America for 500 years of the black brute. He's the poster child of the black brute, just like Mr. Fantastic. Because if Mr. Fantastic gets into a situation at 6'5" or whatever, he's going to be judged differently than someone who's average size. It's just the way that it's built. Mr. Fantastic, George Floyd are the same size, and they are the face of the black male brute. And it's wrong. And I agree with you on that. And that's why we got to have these kind of conversations. But we're having a court case right now, and we're not on that jury. And we're just telling you how a lot of people see things. It's just it's America.
Well, who saw the store? Now, did y'all see George Floyd geeking in the store before the situation happened? Who saw that? That nigga was off. I done smoked some good weed. I ain't never.
But that's what we saying. That's what we saying, man. It's so many factors and things into it, and this is why I say, bro, I gotta say this shit for like the 37,000th time. I don't think the man deserved to die. He did not deserve to die. But like you said, we said in this situation, anytime you choose not to comply with the police, you're literally playing with your life, you know. And that's the whole thing out of it. This dude set up and caused this whole situation, from everything from the counterfeit bills to, you know, fucking with fucking dirty pills. And goddamn not wanting to be motherfucking taken into custody, man. Again, they had him in the car and he want to kick his way out. And again, you know, I can't breathe. I'm claustrophobic. I'm not that kind of guy. All these and any and everything for him to say, for him to not just go to jail, bro. Like I said, at the end of the day, that's what we're saying, bro. At the least, bro, you going to jail. I mean, you want to live in jail or you want to die? I mean, and then furthermore, more likely than not, you're not going. It was COVID, and they were saying all of these things. Even the police said it. Look, and they tried to turn this and make it bad on the police. It's like you're not going to jail for a counterfeit bill, none of this stuff. But look, the police do have a job to do, man. If the police just let all the criminals go, then what happens? You might as well not have no laws. Now we're in some motherfucking anarchist, fucking, you know, every man for himself shit. And as much people think they want that, nobody wants that, bro. I promise you. You don't want the motherfucking. And you've even seen it in the little time we've had here, as where crime rates skyrocketed, bro. Violent crime at that, from just this reduction in, you know, defunding the police and all the bullshit. So yeah, man, we gotta be careful about this. And it's not just one angle to look at this, because this case is extremely important. Again, the man should not have died, but again, he should have also not been doing all the dumb shit he was doing to put him in a position to fucking get killed. But let me read the super chat.
Hey, fantastic.
Mingoism for the 5. Goya is his cousin. I don't know what the fuck that means, but thanks. Go ahead, Fatal.
Yeah. So one of the major problems I'm finding is that for some reason, people seem to think that the cops are some kind of a special breed of human beings. And they have some kind of a special power where they don't get angry, that they didn't have a fight with their wife or the mistress before they got to work. They don't got bills and stress and other things that they're dealing with as human beings. And all of those things play a factor to some of the behaviors of a lot of these cops. And on top of that, when you have a group of people that all they're doing is claiming thug life, fuck the police, or kill a cop, and you put that out there, and then now on top of that, not only you don't recognize them as human beings, and you're not treating them with respect, now you get upset when they are apprehensive towards dealing with you in a certain manner because of the fear that you've put towards them out there by promoting the music and blasting it in your car and being argumentative and disrespectful. They see this amongst ourselves, and how do we expect them to act with us when they're dealing with us? So we got a bigger problem here that needs to be addressed amongst Black people in our behavior, that the police shootings and things like this are highlighting to us that we're ignoring.
Not just that, but people need to real.
My bad, go ahead.
Ladies first, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, just in your statement there, you spoke about how you almost justified what the police are doing because you said you don't know, he might have had a bad day, we're expecting them to be perfect and they're just human beings like everyone else, they're flawed, they could have had a bad morning, an argument, and this, that, the other. And you justified their behavior by that, but then when you're speaking about the Black community, you're not looking at them as flawed human beings, and you're saying that all the onus is on the people, right? And I get what you're saying, that there has to be some sort of onus on how we choose to behave and how we choose to represent ourselves. But when you are paid and you're in a position of authority, and it is your job to be able to put your emotions, your feelings, you've had a bad day, you have to, it's your job to put all of that to the side.
So
There's a code of conduct that you have to follow as a police officer. So why are we ignoring that? And Trey, it's not about Pookie versus non-Pookie. You guys are getting caught up in George Floyd's past and all of that. I'm not thinking about his past. I'm thinking about right versus wrong in that situation. If we want to sit here and judge every person by their past, do you know what sort of a crazy, just wild place everything would be? You have to judge it for the fact of what happened in that moment.
I can't rock with that. Putting the
can I respond to that?
I can't.
Can I respond to that? Hold on. Can I respond to that? That's not what I'm saying.
Go ahead, Fatal.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying he had a bad day, so it's okay for him to kill someone. What I'm trying to do here is show that the fact that if we understand that people are people, right? And for George Floyd to have been behaving the way he did, and that before that time, right, he as a person should understand that that other person is going to have a limit to their to their tolerance of that behavior, which he didn't. I'm not saying it was okay to kill him, and I'm not excusing him killing him, but we got to stop doing this where we ourselves are not taking responsibility for the part we play in our own demise. And I understand that innocent get killed by the police, and I am for that. But when we have video where someone is contributing to their own demise, and we just totally gloss that over and say, well, the cop was wrong, he wouldn't have been in that situation where there was a foot on his shoulder, unless he unless his behavior wasn't the way it was for good almost 20 minutes. So he highly contributed to that. And the point I'm making is we have a problem as a community, and we need to address that problem. And throwing cops in prison isn't going to change any of that unless we step up and say, hey, this behavior that that we promote, that we participate in, we got to stop it. That's what I'm saying.
Agreed, but there has to be accountability on both sides. We can't just, and this is what I feel like is happening in this situation where we're picking sides, and both people can be wrong at the same time. Yes, George Floyd was a criminal. He did wrong, but the officer also did wrong, and both sides have to take accountability for their actions. We can't just push it all off on George Floyd and say, but if you never passed over that fake $20 bill, you'd still be alive. Is that the price of his life?
We're not.
No.
That's why we have a jury trial.
Jessica, this is what I'm saying. So I don't know how the legal system is set up over in UK, but here you're innocent until proven guilty, right? On both ends, whatnot, what have you. To say George Floyd is not on trial, George Floyd is on trial. And again, I agree with you in when you say you can't judge a person by their past, but this is the flaw in when people use that argument. Jessica, do you know who they call to the stand? Whenever they're during a trial, who do they call to the stand? They call witnesses, right?
People that know their past and their history.
Witnesses, right?
Mhm.
And what's the most important part of a witness? A witness has to be what? Credible. That witness has to be credible. It has to be a credible witness. So how you establish a credible witness is if this person's character, this person's past, this person's current activity, is this person trustworthy? Are they a liar? Do they have priors? Do they have all these different things? So people are being quite disingenuous when they say you can't judge a person by their past, because you have to use a person's past in order to assess who they were in the situation, especially something serious when it leads up to their death. Now, no, I'm not trying to. Well, hold on, Zach, hold on. I'm not reducing him to a fake $20 bill. I'm not reducing him to the previous Pookie or whatnot, what he's been. When I talk about that, that's on a whole nother level in a different lane of him being deified and being worshipped by the black community. That's horrible. I don't give a fuck how he died. Listen, it's people that it was literally a black police officer that was killed in my hometown within, I think, the last week. Didn't get no national coverage, Jessica. Police officer, black dude, wife, kids, family, killed by some piece of shit niggas. Do you think is anybody marching? Is anybody protesting? No one gives a fuck. Why? Because it's black, and it's not a fucking black person that the thing of the white person. So this is what I'm saying too. This thing is multifaceted and it has a whole lot of layers, many layers. So when we speak about it, it's not just from the aspect of even the trial going on. Black people have this addiction to and this need to praise the least of us. I have nothing positive to say about George Floyd other than he shouldn't have been killed. He didn't deserve to die. Other than that, he was a piece of shit. Point blank, period. That's end of. No discussion. That can't be discussed. The dude had issues and problems. He was a criminal that did not motherfucking reform. He was an unreformed criminal. He stayed in the lifestyle up until his death. And when you look at the whole timeline and the totality of his bad decision making in his life, that resulted in his death. That's the same standard that any black man that if you go to even the street level, Jessica, niggas get into some street shit, right? You got two rival niggas or whatever. They both slaying dope, or they both in rival gangs or whatnot, what have you. You know what black people say when one gets the upper hand and kills the other man? They say, oh man, hey, them niggas was into it, bro. You know, this is how I go. He should have left that man alone. They've been going to each other for years and years and years and years and years, and niggas are making an excuse out of that. But as soon as you put a white man or a cop into the situation, now everybody want to be sympathetic. Now, oh, that's fucked up. They should have did it that way. And that's just a whole bunch of bullshit. So that's what I'm saying, man. It's so multifaceted and multi-layered. The same thing I'm saying right here. Both parties played parts in this shit. George Floyd could not have been killed. But again, had George Floyd just fucking complied, just like this very situation here, had the lieutenant complied from the point where they tried to open the door, he wouldn't have got pepper sprayed. They would have detained him, and they might have even got a little rough with him or whatnot, what have you. But he still would have been on the winning end. But had he not fucking closed that door when the cop went to open the door to get him out, and he closed it with his elbow, now that's fucking throwing motherfucking grease on the fire. That's already.
He was saying because I'm sure everyone on the panel was a man. You probably cringe from the opening of that body cam footage to the very end. I cringed at every moment of that footage because I just knew it was going to go bad. The very first moment that George Floyd started to struggle because he was saying he was claustrophobic, then he didn't want to be put in the back of that seat. I knew. I'm talking about I didn't even have to see the rest of the tape. I knew this was going to go badly. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's something that only a black man in America can understand. That's why people saying, you know, I was just talking about this the other day. I said, you got people out here cheerleading the idea of black men on the street, out there at risk, and then telling them, exert your rights and your power on the street right there. But then you can't show me the evidence over these last 500 years where on the street, when it's the cop and you with a license to kill, how often that's went in the favor of a black man that has done that. So when you have other black men saying, comply on that street, to live to fight another day, Then you got people saying, no, you should be a revolutionary right there on the street and take that gun from that cop and turn on that cop. But you guys don't have to pay the price of that action. It's easy to be a quarterback and a cheerleader, but it's much more harder when you're out there on the street and a fucking officer of the law has a gun to your head. And then you got this programming from all the cheerleaders that's been in these young guys' heads. And he says, get that gun out of my face, and reaches for the arm, and he's dead now. And all he gets is a fucking plaque somewhere on a road somewhere in a nowhere town, and everyone else moves on a week later. That's irresponsible on us.
You know, when I was speaking about the whole compliance thing, I'm not suggesting that you fight the police, that you try and reach for their gun, anything like that. But you have rights as a citizen too, and so you have the right. And we take it back to the clip Fantastic showed at the beginning. I can't remember the guy's name. I'm sorry, but you have the right to know why you're being detained. That is your basic human right, to know why they're arresting you or why they're detaining you, why they're stopping you. You have the right to know that. And so we can't just have a system of authority that are not held to a standard as well. They have to be held to a standard. And we know that for so long, despite body cams being out there, despite that, we know that if you simply comply, you know, you've been done wrong. You simply comply, you go along with everything, you go down to the police station to file a report, and guess what happens? Nothing. Nothing at all. They don't take action on that. They haven't for how many decades? So we're in the position now where, like, that's why I'm thankful not only just for the body cams of the police officers, but also other people, just members of the public, to be able to film what's going on. How many times have we seen videos of police officers planting drugs on people? How many times have we seen cases of police officers falsifying evidence to justify the wrongdoing that they did to you?
But hold on, Jessica. Here's the thing.
Jessica,
like in that situation that you were giving an example of, you're right. There has been many situations because a person was too poor to push a case forward in the past before body cams. But again, you're forgetting the other side of it. How many times did someone do exactly what you're saying, assert their alleged rights on the streets right there, and end up dead? Or there's another thing. Sometimes they don't. Most of the black men that end up in a situation don't end up dead. Guess what they end up with? A disorderly conduct, and having to go through our court system because the cop says, since this person didn't comply, they tried to assert the authority. The cop doesn't lose anything because he knows that it's a greater chance that he's gonna win, even if he just puts a disorderly conduct charge. And this happens all the time in America, where someone will do what you're saying. They'll say, hey, I'm an American citizen. I got my Bill of Rights in my back pocket. Officer, you're gonna listen to me. They cuff him and they say, are you gonna shut up? And he's like, no, here's my right. Okay, we're gonna book you. Now, here's how it works in our court systems. That person goes and spends the weekend in jail for asserting their rights. Now, what'll happen? They'll get a court date. And for a lot of people, they're too broke. So they got to miss days for work trying to fight a case because now they got to fight a disorderly conduct. So not only are they trying to go file a complaint against that cop like we talked about earlier, but now he has a criminal charge on him for disorderly conduct against the cop. Now, it doesn't mean he's going to get found convicted of that charge, but now he has to fight it in court for 3 months to 6 months. And most likely it'll be dismissed by the prosecutor 6 months later after it's cost this person time, energy. You see what I'm saying? Our system is different, Jessica, on the street level. Britain, the judges it's different because our constitution works differently here. I think that in Britain, they don't have a constitution that's written in stone like ours is. And so we have what we call de facto and de jure. De facto means the fact. So what we're referring to is the fact that on the street, you are at a severe disadvantage as a black man in America. And they will go out of their way. Our system works for the benefit of the cops, and they will put you through the grinder, even just to say, okay, you're going to file a police charge against me? I'm going to put this disorderly conduct on you. I'm going to put assault against an officer on you. And even if it's dismissed the 6 months, a year later, now you got to go through another phase because you went in our court system. Even just going to court, it gets on your record. So now you got to spend another year.
And so, you know, they just did this real time to that officer. They tried to threaten him with charging this and putting it on his record to get him to pretty much be quiet and not make a deal about it. So yeah, that's what happens in the American court system. That's again, it's part for the courts. Unfortunately, you know, that's one of the workarounds that the court system gets to do to pretty much incubate itself and keep the bullshit going. Do you want to take this plea deal or you just want to pay this fine? It's gonna be a couple $100, or do you want to fucking try and fight this in court? And like you said, we're just gonna keep piling more charges and taking time out of your life as to where you know it's gonna affect you more negatively on the back end. And just admit that you're guilty.
I get you, and I don't disagree with what you're saying. I take the way I'm looking at it is from your vantage point. You're saying this is the way the system is, and so you have to do X, Y, Z in order to, you know, fight the system the way that it is. I'm saying that the system itself needs to be overhauled. There needs to be changes in the actual system. I think that's the difference in where our arguments are coming from.
Okay.
You're like, it is what it is. It's not going to change, so you need to do that. I'm saying the system itself needs to be changed.
Yeah, I don't think you got an argument there because it's definitely something needs to happen. But like I said, just the way of going about it in so many years and stuff. And what another big thing I was about to say too, man. People say this all the time, but man, these states are greedy. These states are too greedy. That's just like child support. You think Texas is ever going to come off of $2 billion per year in fucking for child support? No, it's not. Of course it's not. You think these states are going to come off, you know, all the money they get off of easy ass jaywalking tickets and shit? Of course they're not. Again, all of that stuff adds up, and these states are some of the biggest culprit. Or again, like you said, here in Virginia, they just changed a lot of the things that are like pull over or level 1, whatever it is, the definition of things that requires you to be pulled over. They roll back a bunch of the bullshit shit because especially now that, you know, you can't really go into court to do it or whatever anyway. And actually, the more police interactions you have, the more chances you have of a dangerous or bad situation happening because it's just more occurrences. But let me get Citizen Lou. Let me get Citizen Lou in here, bro. I gotta get Citizen Lou in here. Go ahead, Citizen Lou.
That was so fantastic. Hey, yeah, I just wanted to bring this up, man. I just you touched on it earlier. I just wanted to say, man, I just don't. Are black people like, what is the end game for black people in this situation, right? Because is it about black people dying? Is it about the police using too much force? Because here's my thing, like, black people, it seems like we're in like a kindergarten state. It's like we're okay with fucking with each other, killing each other, ruining each other's lives, but if we see one white dude do it, it's like, oh man, we gotta just tear other black people shit up, right? And then we also have to just, you know, I mean, it's just so annoying. It's disingenuous because here's the thing: if we really believe we're behind enemy lines, we should act accordingly. Like we should. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like we aren't acting like we're behind enemy lines. It's
I say it all the time. Like niggas is having too much fun, doing too many fucking IG challenges and all this other shit for us to be oppressed and getting hunted and getting killed and targeted by the police. I say it all the time, bro.
Yeah, and here's another thing too. I know I'm not trying to go and dig in nobody's past or nothing like that. I'm just saying that, like, look, Derek did know George Floyd too, right? They knew each other. So I'm just saying, like, you know how you know somebody, you kind of know they be on some bullshit, you know they on drugs, you know, like maybe he knew how to engage with him. He just didn't know he had all that fentanyl in his system that day. You see what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. Like, yeah, that's all I wanted to say, man. I just think we're just being disingenuous because if he died in a dice game, nobody would give a fuck.
Yeah, exactly. If another nigga just came up to him and shot him and aired his ass out in the middle of the street, no one would give a fuck either. Only reason we have this conversation and it's of note is because, again, it's a police officer that's white that was involved at the head of it. Even though, like I said, another big argument too, you have literally 3 to 4 people at any given time during the 9 minutes handling this man. So how can you put all the onus on one individual? But
another thing too, like this, I think from what I've heard about Britain with their law enforcement, I don't believe that their law enforcement is as militarized as ours has been since the 90s. And you can correct me if I'm wrong on this, Jessica, but my understanding is that in Britain, your police officers, it's not as militarized as it is here. Like, I don't think that you guys have had an equivalent of two things that really impacts the racial and the law enforcement relationships in America is that coming out of Jim Crow, then the drug war, and then the way that globalization happened in America. It's so many factors that contribute to the relationship between the citizens of America, black citizens, and the legal system. Now, in Britain, my understanding is that it's not as militarized. I've even heard in some jurisdictions in Britain, like they just carry like pepper spray or something.
We're not armed. For the we do have armed police that respond to certain incidences, but to certain incidents, but we're not armed as a norm. No, they carry batons and some form of pepper spray.
Yeah, that's a totally different context.
Oh Lord, just you never, it would never, man. Oh,
Guess what? Despite that, our crime rate is lower, our death by police rate is lower, everything is lower. So again, is the system really working over there? Is system working?
This is what I'm saying. All of this is speculative. We don't really know the answer to it. But again, you guys have far less guns. You can't have guns there. All right, that's a big part of it. You guys also from a cultural aspect of it, you're just not as American. Americans are assholes.
Say it,
right?
fantastic.
Americans are the ultimate fucking assholes. All right. And America is aggressive. The aggressive person is the winner. The loudest is the winner. The motherfucker that hits first is the winner. So it's just a different in culture. Let me shout out. Oh shit, my bad. I meant to read this. Shout out to Spiritual Logic, aka Hope. Black people want their self-declared enemy to be nice while they act foolish in a system driven by money, power, and corruption, and that we know hates true justice. Appreciate you, brother. Shout out to Seeker, my creator. That's corruption at its finest. Yeah, always. We got Trey the Hotep. Oh man, he done changed his name. I can just imagine.
Hey, I realized, fantastic. I owe you an apology, man. I left here. I forgot I was doing a stream with David today, and I completely forgot. My apologies to both of y'all. But I went over there when David was playing the streams of the ride and out there where you at, Sigma. And I said, man, fuck it. I'm done. I'm done fighting this fight. Booker T. Washington said in 1898 that the race hustlers will get paid. And they still getting paid today. Old girl from BLM got that 1.4 milli crib along with 3 others.
Yes, sir.
From the riots last year. I'm on the wrong side. Fuck this shit. I'm going over to I understand. I'm going over to the other side. I'm going to play the victimhood card. Well, I'm going to pretend the victimhood card and help motherfuckers get paid for dumb shit. For acting a fool. It just...
All right, Jessica. I
want to say this. I want to say this about knife crime over here. Yes, knife crime has increased. However, when we're comparing knife crime, and let's take a city like London, we're comparing it to New York City. Okay, a place where guns are not allowed. New York City has more stabbings than we do. New York City has more murders than we do. So you're looking at it on our old stats compared to now when our population has increased dramatically. So obviously there is going to be more crime. When we're comparing it again to somewhere that is actually comparative, New York, our crime rate is still less. So there's a difference in culture here.
Is the population the same though?
Our population in London is slightly higher.
Okay.
We have slightly more people in London than New York.
Yeah. In fact, CJ
got big truck started talking about New York.
Okay. I've been quiet for a while, so there was two things I wanted to say just to address that. One of the issues in this country is obviously that a lot of these states are open and concealed carry. So a lot of the police officers, and somebody pointed out about how more white people get shot than black people or whatever, right? One of the issues is that more of them tend to be armed. That's one issue. You can take that how you want it. But the issue is a lot of these police pull up to these traffic stops, rightfully so, worried that there's going to be a gun involved in an incident if things go negative, right? Because sometimes it's people who fuck up traffic stops. Now, this whole thing about stabbings in New York, most of those are not black people. That's these Hispanics here. I swear to God, it's mostly them. It mostly happens in the Bronx. Most of these stabbings are not happening in Lower Manhattan. They're not happening in Queens. Those are gun crimes. So here's the thing. In a lot of these places where there are no guns allowed and there's no open or concealed carry, obviously there's going to be a far fewer number of guns. Not only that, the mentality of the police is different because now they're not worried about being shot at or they're not worried about having shot somebody. And in some places, the cops don't even carry guns. The last thing I wanted to say, first of all, I already broke this down. Generation Z is non-compliant. Generation Alpha is going to be non-compliant. Now, I've done that use of force training with NYPD, and they show that you're going to either run into suspects that are non-compliant or compliant, hostile or non-hostile, regardless which one they are, compliant or non-compliant.
What we really, really need is we need technology to get to the level where there's instantaneous compliance. How is that going to happen? Well, first of all, tasers don't give you instantaneous compliance because when you shock somebody, they fall on the ground, they dancing around like a chicken. What we really need is we need like phasers from Star Trek, where when you stun somebody, I'm not joking. Listen, when you stun somebody, you get instantaneous. You get instantaneous compliance.
Paralysis, bro. Paralysis. Like full body
exactly. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Not only that, for all of these niggas who think that they can just drive off and they don't have to do what the cops say when the cops pull them over, the cops, GM, General Motors, they used to have a kill switch where the cops could basically turn a car the fuck off using OnStar, right? Now, what we really need is just like you see in these movies where they have electromagnetic pulse bombs or some shit. They need to make it so that the cops can basically point some shit at your car and shut your car the fuck off. So not only do you pull over and stop, but if you won't pull over and stop, cops shut your shit down. All you can do is pull over to the side of the road.
They already got that. They already.
So you want RoboCop? Big
Listen,
bro.
no, exactly. But hold on. They have this technology right now. It's coming to most of these newer vehicles down the road. So you're gonna see it as we move forward. But when it comes to a human level, what we really need is we need that shit phases set to stun. We can make police killings go to 0. You get stunned, you wake up in fucking court.
Man.
No, really,
What
you
would
could.
you rather have?
Big Truck, they're watching
Big Truck got a
Minority
point.
Report.
Yeah, man.
He said Minority Report.
Like, for instance, let me just say this. Hold on. Before you go, let me just say this. Hold on. Let me just say this. You already know that the Air Force has a weapon called the active denial system, right? And basically what it is a microwave cannon. And if you try to fucking riot on the Capitol or you try to storm some shit or you try to do any riot and protest, all you got to do is shine that shit at you and it literally makes it feel like your skin is on fire. So everybody who normally would have come and fucked up, now they just turn the fuck around because otherwise you'll feel like you're a baked potato in an oven.
Man, they need that shit in Minnesota right now.
Laser beams and shit.
They need that shit in Brooklyn Center right now.
Hold on, Big Truck. Hold on. Big Truck, hold on. Big Truck, you trying to turn niggas into live hot pockets, bro? Nobody be no hot pockets.
How we gonna save the liquor store in Minnesota?
If it was up to me,
to save the Hennessy.
Let me tell you something. If it was up to me, I would unleash all that technology on everybody. And
this is why we can never trust you, nigga.
I gotta agree with Big Truck.
Big Truck can never be around no buttons. Man, fuck that. Hold on. We got to get CJ in here, man. I gotta get up out of here, bro. What's going on, CJ?
What's up, man? Y'all probably already covered this, but with the George Floyd situation, do y'all think it was the knee on the neck, or do y'all think it was just the fact, like the reason it got all this attention? Do y'all think it was like the way it happened, or it was like because of who he was, like he had the music background?
No, bro. He didn't have no music background. The nigga was a failed amateur porn star / whatever the fuck. Listen, no, bro. Listen, this was strictly based off of racial dynamics. White cop dealing with black man. Black man dies during being subdued or taken into custody, bro. That's the only thing about. Even the physicists and all these different things said it, and different people you talk say different things.
Yeah,
the on the thing doesn't necessarily mean he had all of his body weight. There's no way for you to assume and actually calculate how much of his weight was actually on him, especially when there were multiple different people and him moving around and all kinds of different variables.
But that's what I was saying.
If your feet are off the floor and the rest of your body is in contact with that person and your full body weight is
no, but I'm saying they're doing all that calculation.
I think it was the
niggas. But I was gonna say that happens all the time though. Like that's what I was saying. Like it's a whole lot of killings that of niggas getting shot like on camera. So I was saying, are they choosing? Are they like are they choosing this particular situation because?
And you know,
it's a white man.
You know what's crazy? Yeah, you know what's crazy, CJ? You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy, CJ? The fact of the matter that all of this BLM exposure shit is coming right now. I don't. It's not a coincidence. The fact of the matter that Patrice Cullors is being exposed for pretty much being at the top of a Ponzi scheme, a multi-layered financial fucking transactions of how BLM took the money on and all these different things. it's not a coincidence, bro. They're literally preparing people for this dude to be either found not guilty or this be a hung jury.
Yeah, because you can take any police killing and say like, it's police killings like every day with like niggas getting killed by police. So you can take any killing and say, was it because he was on like pills, or was it because he was on weed, or did the bullet hit him in the toe?
Nah, well, he was on coke, not weed. But yeah, it's a big different one thing. They would never know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I'm saying like, why are they? I'm saying we're focused on this because they're throwing this out there and they like telling us to focus on this particular killing. But I'm saying like. I'm saying like, and I noticed like they pick killings like they could focus on the Ahmaud Arbery situation, like Ahmaud Arbery, great student, great person.
Again, man, like I said, bro, we pull up on me on 10 for Tuesdays, man. We definitely gonna do it. We gonna do it big tomorrow.
For 10 for Tuesdays, for 10 for Tuesdays, I would say to add before I get off here is that Mr. Fantastic, there is a conspiracy theory out there that says that part of this George Floyd thing had to do with the Democrats securing the election 2020, and that one of the reasons why they're slowly starting to expose the inner circle of Black Lives Matter is because their usefulness is finished up, and that they're going to slowly use like the terrorist laws and things like that to slowly prosecute those people that are no longer useful. So that's just a little theory that's out there for
shut them up and prevent them from trying to do anything and demand shit on the back end. Yep, King Sigma, it's that deep. Like I thought, man, this shit is deep, man. But let me read this, bro.
Can I hit the communist angle real quick in the tinfoil Super Tuesday?
Go ahead, bro.
Tinfoil Monday. Bro, this is the communist plan from jump, bro. This is the communist eugenics plan from jump. You use the most marginalized group in the country, niggas, and you get them to act a complete fool. When you can't just get rid of them outright through abortion, that plan didn't work. Okay, you get them to act a complete fool. Then you set up another group to come in and take their place. You know who ain't gonna loot illegals from Guatemala. And now you see that, okay, we're going to expose, like Sigma said, all these folks. Boom. All they doing is setting niggas up to take the fall. They're letting niggas run wild in the streets of Minnesota right now, Brooklyn City, looting Sally's, McDonald's, freaking O'Reilly's. No goddamn well they ain't got no cars. They out there going ham. And all you see is public sentiment towards Black people like, man, fuck them hard R's right now. It is going crazy, the public sentiment against Black people. Now the Democrats have done what they needed to do. They've taken control. Okay, we don't need Black people no more, but we can't have them act a complete fool out there. Now it's like, okay, you see what their leaders in BLM are doing? Boom, they used y'all. Now let's expose them. And boom, eugenics. Margaret Sanger's plan complete.
Okay.
That's all it is, bro.
What's up, Savage? Go ahead, Savage.
What people also aren't taking into account when it comes to a criminal background, that thing actually does determine how police interact with you. Because like if you have like say you commit a crime with a gun, or you have committed a murder or attempted murder and you've been charged with that, they'll put a tag on your name that's like known armed and dangerous.
Yeah, violent offender.
Yeah. We know
Violent
that.
offender. Those. Correct. So that also plays into the amount of force a cop is using with an individual during a stop.
I get that. When I was talking about his past, I'm saying what we should not be doing is using his past to justify his murder. I get that the police take into account your past to know how much force they're going to use, to know who they're dealing with. I know all of that. But what I'm saying is it doesn't justify him dying. We're going to get into a slippery slope there.
Yeah, no,
and
yeah.
we have these people who are just, it's almost this mentality that the police can do no wrong. Whatever happens, the police are right. And it takes me back to, remember the Jonathan Price case?
Jonathan Price? Who's
the police are, it's like this mentality that the police are always right, just comply and you'll be fine. I support the boys in blue. And that's all good until it happens to you.
We don't follow
because
well,
we had Jonathan Price, who just days before he was murdered, weeks before he was murdered by the police.
Oh, that was a dude breaking up a domestic dispute in Texas, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Just days before that, he was talking about, and I think he was actually speaking on George Floyd, and he was saying George Floyd should have just complied. George Floyd should have done this. George Floyd was a criminal. If you listen to the police, everything will be all right. And boom, a few weeks later, he died at the hands of the
Do you
police.
see anybody rioting for Jonathan Price,
It goes to
Jessica?
show that Negroes are double talking liars. Like they really don't care.
Yeah.
Nobody is rioting for Jonathan Price. They threw him to the side because he did not fit the narrative, Jessica. With all due respect, it don't work that way over here on this side of the pond, baby girl.
I get you. George Floyd's case was definitely propped up to be divisive, and it works because look at the conversations that we're having now. It's propped up. His case was propped up for a reason. I look at what also happened. Who knows the case of Elijah McClain? Elijah McClain, where the police injected him with ketamine and he overdosed and died for no reason. Go and watch that tape. This is a guy with no criminal history, nothing. The guy was scared, I hate to say, like shitless. He was scared shitless in the video. He was scared. He wasn't non-complying. The guy was just scared. And they injected him with a lethal dose of ketamine and he died. But nobody speaks about that. And we keep ignoring this whole thing and we focus. You should care because that could be anyone. He's still alive. It still matters.
But they want us arguing over the criminal.
Hey, I'm about to shut this shit down. I gotta read the super chat and get up out of here. The Steel Curtain is 5. Thank you. We're one step away from Minority Report. Yep. Once they get their political backing, it may come our way. We need something here in Minneapolis, though. Yeah. Hey, man, make sure y'all, before y'all motherfucking leave, I got 238 motherfuckers in here, man. Shout out to Stream Team Memes. Stream Team Memes is funnier than fuck. I didn't think nobody could do it, but Stream Team Memes is funnier than fucking G Dizzle in this bitch right now, okay? G Dizzle had motherfucking G Dizzle, and G Dizzle, we still gonna do the damn thing, man. Coming up, let you talk about some tech shit and talk about your light skin ways, about winking at the camera and all that light skin nigga shit. But we gonna do the giveaway, bro. But hey, man, make sure y'all motherfucking go to Stream Team Memes and sub, bro. Sub to Stream Team Memes. And with that one, man, appreciate y'all.
Can I say one thing quickly? One
go
thing.
ahead.
Red Alert says, is this Cynthia X talking now? How can you in one breath say black women should stop messing with pookies, now in the next breath say we should act more like pookies with the cops? What the F? Listen, your interpretation and the way you're choosing to take in my words is not my fault. That's not what I said. I said that if the police pull you over, you have the right, as a citizen, you have the right to know why you're being detained. I never said that you should fight against the cops. I never said that you should try to take their gun, any of this stuff. I said you have a right, a basic right that is probably there in your constitution that says that you should know why you're being detained or why you're being pulled over. If you don't want to be treated like a human being, that's fine. That's up to you. But I'm saying most people do want to be treated like a human.
Can I put game on you, Jessica? OG game right here. If you want to make it through the cops without charges and a lawsuit if you want.
Put the game on behind the scenes, nigga. I'm out. Bye. Out.